Hello and welcome to the BMB Game of the Week and the first BMB playoff football game of the year. I'm Luke Yepes.
And I'm Jacob Sardoui. And what a beautiful day it is for high school playoffs.
Of course, one of the most anticipated playoff seasons in all of youth sports is finally here. So Jacob, why don't we run through it and see what's in store for round one of the postseason?
Well, it's been a successful season to say the least for the home Pirates, who started their season off hot and ended with just the same fire, outscoring their opponents by almost 200 through the regular season.
Well, part of it has been their season-led offense, but the other half has definitely been a lockdown defense, leading them all the way to the 3 seed. Obviously, Glen Cove having the same record as the Mepham Pirates, being at 2, and Cary being at 1 with the record of 8-0. This team has had a very good season so far, with only 1 loss throughout the whole season.
Yeah, and we look at Mepham's record of 7-1 and Macarthur's record of 3-5, and we also look at last time we played Macarthur, we beat them 28-0.
Well, the emotions are high for both the Pirates and the Generals, but we can't let that take away from the athleticism of the boys on the field.
Definitely. And over the course of this afternoon, tonight, and tomorrow, teams around Nassau in Conference 2 will battle it out to advance to Hofstra and beyond.
The Pirates look to advance to face the winner of Glen Cove against Baldwin, which is happening tonight at 6. But first they have to play a highly talented Macarthur team to get past.
Well, Luke, for once, I actually could not agree more. Although the record may not show it, Macarthur has all the talent and proved it early on, so if they find their footing once again, it may come down to the final play.
Well, as for their takeaways, it comes down to 3 keys. 1, protect the ball. Macarthur has a very good run offense. With the ability to be able to get the ball on the ground and getting yards from that, they have to be able to protect it to limit turnovers. 2, win the ground game. As I said, Macarthur Generals have a very good run offense, and they're going to be looking to go to that most of the time when it comes to offensive play calling. So if they can win that game, then they can open up the pass game. And 3, play aggressive. Obviously, this is what everybody's been waiting for, the playoffs. There's no point of putting the brake now, and actually all gas on the pedal now.
Well, on the other side for Mepham, one of theirs has to be to try to get Jay Classy the ball, right?
And why would you say that?
Did you not see the way he beat Kyle? It's going to be hard to stop him.
No, I actually didn't.
Oh, well, then let me show you. BMB's own Kyle McQuillan was sent out to the field to talk with senior quarterback Owen Heller and to face off against the senior captain on this month's installment of The View.
Thanks, Jake and Maxwell. I'm out here on the Mepham football field with Jake Classy. Now, Jake, tell me how it's been this year playing as a wide receiver and a defensive back.
You know, it's been great so far. We came off of a tough season last year. You know, me and a lot of the seniors, we took charge, and we're looking good for the playoffs. Defensively, we had 5 shutouts this season. Offensively, we're starting to get the ball moving, and I can confidently say I've been locked down.
All right, well, you will not be going lockdown anymore because it's going to end here right now. Let's put that to the test. Let's go.
There's no cutting. I need cleats, bro.
I get burned out here. This is unfair. Damn.
We're even.
You think you're slipping? You gotta get outside.
Okay.
Oh. 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 No! No! I'm so close! No! Oh no! Nowhere! Nowhere! Ah! No! Wait, that's out. That's out. Are you serious? That is out of bounds.
Check the footage. Did I get the toes in?
No! Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Yeah, I couldn't do it any other way. Hey, good game. Haven't ran that much in a while.
Great matchup.
Hey.
I give you respect.
Of course. Hey, great game all around. Hey, thanks for the passes.
I feel like you can benefit both of us.
Probably could. I'll make it faster. I'll probably beat you then. So, got a few more questions. You guys just have an amazing season so far. You have Long Beach this Saturday. How's the season been going on? How's it going to elevate when you reach playoffs?
I think a big part is definitely our senior leadership. We've been stepping up all season, leading the team. I think, especially for the playoffs, we're all going to have to rally around each other and really lead this team because we have big hopes and big aspirations, and I think that with the senior leadership, we can accomplish those.
All right, and one more question I got. You being a QB, you being a wide receiver, how is this strong connection working so well when you guys play?
Yeah, well, I'll start here. We've been playing ball since we were in middle school when we met each other. Coming in the field, Grand Avenue Field, Mepham Field, just throwing the ball around. That definitely builds the confidence that he has in me. That I know where the ball is gonna be placed, so I can go up there and make a play.
Yeah, pretty much what Jake said. We've been friends for a really long time, so off the field, we've always had that connection, and it happens on the field because you're just so close to one another that it's just bound to happen on the field.
Yeah, all those true friendships create strong chemistry all in general. Well, that's all I have out here with Jake and Owen. Thank you guys for coming out here today. Now back to Jake and Maxwell in the studio.
Well, I guess then the senior duo has his connection locked in for today's playoff game.
It looks like it. So before we send it down to game action, let's take a look at the actual keys for the Mepham Pirates.
Starting off with winning the upfront battle. Obviously, the whole game starts with the O-line and the D-line. So having that O-line being able to protect your quarterback for a multitude of time, and then also having the D-line being able to pressure the other team's quarterback opens up a lot of opportunities on both the defense and the offense, allowing for tackles for losses on the defensive side, but also allowing for a lot of time in the pocket to find an open receiver in the offense. 2, win the turnover battle. Obviously, the last thing that you want to do is make mistakes. So winning the turnover battle and limiting the amount of times you turn over the ball is a very important thing. If you keep the ball security up and able to score on possessions, on offensive possessions, and also getting the ball on defensive possessions, if you're able to force fumbles or turnovers, that's an important thing that can really swing the momentum of the game. Finally, 3, limit Macarthur's momentum. Macarthur's a team that if you let them get hot, they can go on a run, allowing them to open up offensive opportunities and scoring points, which could be a problem for the defense of Mepham.
Well, as we inch closer to kickoff, only time will tell between these two talented teams.
Well, there's a lot of different things that are going to be happening for this game. Obviously, Mepham has a lot of different weapons on their side, on offense and defense. But I think one of the most important to talk about is their quarterback, Owen Heller, who's had an insane season this whole time, having a total of 1,000+ yards on 65% completion and over 10 touchdowns throughout the season. Throwing for 7.5 yards per catch is a very impressive thing. But that not only shows you about how talented Owen is as a quarterback, being able to get the total amount of yards and inch the team closer to getting those touchdowns, but also being able to notice how the receivers around him are also so talented. Throwing for 7.5 yards per catch, that's pretty impressive. Being able to have your weapons on the skill side, obviously, so you have the people beside you that are able to get open and able to help the team, and not only help the team, but help Owen too in getting the yards past that. That could be a very crucial thing.
Definitely.
But also, we talk about how Owen is able to throw the ball. He's also able to move out of the pocket.
Yes, he is.
If the pocket starts to close from the defense, he's not only looking for a pass, but he's able to understand, and his awareness in the pocket is very impressive, and roll out of the pocket and use his legs if he needs to get some extra yards, which is a very crucial thing when it comes to inching forward to trying to get those scoring possessions. So I think that's something to definitely look out for.
I agree, 100%.
But not only Owen Heller, we have a lot of weapons in the backfield too. Matt Biscardi, senior Matt Biscardi, having a stellar season too, with multiple rushing yards and rushing touchdowns too. But also being able to catch the ball too, as we saw in last game against Long Beach. Biscardi had 3 total touchdowns, one of them being a receiving touchdown and 2 of them being rushing touchdowns. He's definitely a tough weapon that the defense for Macarthur is going to have to watch out for, being able to try and find those holes in the defense, which he's very good at being able to do. But he's also a power back. He's able to get through those holes and absorb a lot of contact and fight for whatever he needs to help the team in a better situation.
1,000%, I agree.
And then also on the defensive side for Mepham, a lot of weapons, including Nicky Gampero, Jay Classy playing two-way. Just very different things that you have to look out for. Well, that looks like that's all the time we have for you guys, as the clock is about to strike to 0. But I'm Luke Yepes.
And I'm Jacob Sardui.
And we'll see you at halftime.
halftime.
everyone, and welcome back to the Mepham Pirates versus the Macarthur Generals. Today is our BMB playoff game of the week. Today, we have a big matchup between two huge Conference 2 rivals. My name's Kyle McQuillan alongside Jake Maxwell. And Jake, tell me more about today's game.
So today in this game, you're going to see the Macarthur Generals, who lost 20-0 week 1 of this Mepham Pirates team. So we're going to see how they decide to try and fight back and get on the board this year, as this Mepham Pirates defense has 5 shutouts in their 8 games. So we're going to see how this Mepham Pirates team is going to try and shut out this Macarthur Generals team to move on to the next round, and how this Macarthur Generals team is going to fight to score in this game and get that win, as it's do or die for both teams.
Yeah, Jake, I completely agree. This is do or die for both teams. This is the first round of playoffs in Nassau County, as you have the Mepham Pirates, a dominant team who's been a buzzsaw all season, going against a Week 1 rival, Macarthur Generals, who have all had a huge pass in over 4 years of football. As they come back, clash again, the roads collide back in North Bellmore, where you get to see two of the biggest rivals of the Conference 2 Nassau County football teams, as we have a big game going into this.
As you know, last time we saw these two teams in the playoffs, Mepham Pirates got the win here at Mepham in the same round, the first round, 14-7, when their quarterback Dom Novello scored a game-winning touchdown with around a minute left to go. So we'll see if this game can be just as close as that last time they faced off in the playoffs was.
I completely agree, Jake, as it goes back to not even just 2 years ago, also 3 years ago when they played at Hofstra against each other, where you had Dylan Honerkamp fumble the ball sadly. It would give the Macarthur the ball with the last second, where they were able to score a last-second touchdown for the team. As we set up now, where the Pirates look to go against the Generals, as the Generals look to march into Mepham, as the Pirates look to defend their ship. As we have kickoff from Ryan Bear, the efficient kicker all season, who is 27 for 28 on PATs this year.
Yeah, definitely. Macarthur's definitely going to try and come in here and score on that first drive of the game again on this Mepham defense. Send a message to them that we're not getting shut out again, and we're going to fight harder than you've ever seen.
This Mepham defense has been dominant all year, but Macarthur looks to start strong, as they always do. As we start now, as the first round of the Mepham and Generals start now. It is a tough kickoff, and it is picked up by the Generals. Very short, though, as it is right past the 30 at the 32-yard line.
Now, Macarthur is going to start the ball here. We'll see what their offense can do. That offense led by quarterback Chase Palma and running back Cedar, who's going to be a big juggernaut for this offense.
Yeah, Jake, Jesse Cedar wasn't in their last game last week when they came off a sad loss, 0-7, to put them in this position where they faced the Mepham Pirates. But Jesse Cedar has been an impact all year with over 339 yards and 3 touchdowns, with over 200 of them coming from just one new Hyde Park game.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to see how they're going to try and get him involved in this game and score on this Mepham Pirates dominant defense.
As we begin the offensive drive for the Generals, as Chase Palmer sets up in shotgun, hands it off to Cedar up the middle, as it is taken down by that Mepham defense.
It looks like it's going to be around 2 yards there, and we'll see how this Mepham defense holds up against the run here.
Yeah, Mepham defense has been great against all factors right now, as they've always been great all season long, especially the run defense. As that big, huge defensive line with Mario Correo, the captain, as well as Tipping Neary coming from both ends of the line.
Definitely. And you got those guys in the middle, like Steven Soule and Declan McGirdle, who really are their big run stoppers, getting into the backfield before the running back even has a chance to get to the line of scrimmage.
Now in the backfield, looks like Jesse Cedar is going to be snapping the ball with the running back. As he looked to pitcher right, but he's going to drop the ball as he is taken down for a tackle loss.
And it looks like Macarthur is going to come up with that fumble there, as there was a little bad snap there, and Cedar couldn't handle the ball. Now you're going to end up with a 3rd and long, as there's a loss of 7 on that play. Macarthur is just lucky to get the ball back into their hands there, though, and not give this Mepham Pirates team great field position.
Cedar not usually snapping the ball, of course. Chase Palma coming back in, but Cedar never snapping the ball. He's a running back in this position, looking for the dive to the right, but as he fumbles it, Mario Correa was able to jump on and stop him for the play.
Now you're going to have a 3rd and 13, and we're going to see what they can do.
Chase Palmer steps back into the backfield, sends Cedar in motion to the left, as there's going to be a flag on the play. And it looks like it's going to be false start on the General. It's going to back them up an extra 5 yards. And it looks like it's going to be 3 and 18 on this play.
Just pushing them back even further now. And that is just something that you don't want to see if you're a Macarthur General. Pushing yourself to 3rd and 18 on the first drive of the game, as you really wanted to get down the field and score.
Yeah, Jake, now you're looking at the Generals going to really have to pass the ball. They were going to have to pass the ball before at 3-13, but now it's going to even have to be a bigger play as 3-18 to convert this fourth down.
Yeah, definitely. If they're looking to convert, they're going to have to pass the ball. They might just try and run a little screen pass here and hope for the big play and just make sure you get definite yards. We'll see what they do.
Chase Bama still setting up in shotgun, looking for the pass as Cedar signs up. Looking deep, goes along the right sideline, pump fakes as he's going to take off up the middle as he's getting a bunch of yards, but is going to be taken down short of the first down yard line.
As it looks like he's going to be about 7 or 8 yards short even after that long run.
Yeah, he ends up at the 35, and it looks like the punt team, the special teams unit from Macarthur, is now coming out as Mepham looks to get the ball back on offense.
As Jake Classy's back to receive the punt, as he had a big punt return earlier in this season.
Yeah, Jake Classy has been a great punt returner all around. The special teams has been great for Mepham. They always apply pressure, looking to blitz them at every moment from preventing the punt going further.
As he's had 2 punt return touchdowns, one 73 yards against Roslyn and one 55
and that is
Cary.
blocked by the Mepham Pirates. As they're going to get no yards off it, as Macarthur's going to try to pick it up. And it looks like the Pirates going to pick it up right where the first down was going to be for the Generals at the opposite 40-yard line.
And we'll see how this Mepham Pirates offense sets up here. Now with a great field position to start, how will they get on the board to start this game?
What a great play by the Pirates, starting out with the special teams. As we were saying, their blitz is such a special part as the punter was not able to get it over their heads. Mepham applying the great pressure that they always have been. As we can see in this replay, everything went well. They applied the pressure. They were able to get a hand on the ball as they dribbled right out of bounds at the 40-yard line, where they're in great field position now.
It looks like they had 3 backs in the backfield now, and now they're going to a 1 back with a bunch formation out wide.
Owen Howard now hiding up in the shotgun. Pitches it to Biscardi as he's going to take it up for about an extra 4-yard gain.
There you go. And that starts off your drive there. Now it's setting up a 2nd and 5 or 6 and really opens the playbook fully to what you want to do here in great field position and how to get on the board to start this playoff game.
Yeah, not only that, Matt Biscardi, who took that run, he's been a great factor all season. Last game against Long Beach, he had 3 touchdowns. It looked too easy for Matt as Owen and Matt set back up into the backfield.
Heller set in the shotgun.
Fakes the handoff to Biscardi. Quiz on the right side to Grizzard as he's going to be hit for an only guard of 1 yard for Grizzard.
Yep, they're trying to set up those screen pass offense. They've had a lot of success in screens this year, so they're trying to open up the offense with the screen pass now, and that does still open up fake screens to a deep ball later in the game. So everything this Mepham Pirates offense does is to set up the next play.
Generals have been adjusting to this defense all year since their week 1 loss, 20-0. The Generals look to stop them as they have been. As Owen's going to keep the ball, run it up the middle, and he's going to be short of the first bound by 2 yards. It's going to be 4th and 2 for the Pirates.
And now we'll see what the Pirates want to do. It looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field. As this offense has been so dominant all year, you can't not go for it on 4th and 2 here.
Yeah, on 4th and 2, Mepham usually goes for these short conversions because of their strong running back core, especially their quarterback, Owen Heller, who is great at running the ball up the middle. As we can see in this replay, Owen Heller faking the pass, trying to get up the middle here, but he's just going to be tackled by the General defense.
Now Heller getting his play. They got the 2-back formation between Biscardi and Achan in the backfield. Raniker's out wide, Gampero in the slot. We'll see what they do here.
Mepham faking it, looking to pass Heller as he's going to throw in the middle of the field, and it's going to be incomplete by the Pirates. Great defense by the Generals preventing that first down.
Yeah, they had 2 guys in the backfield as soon as Heller got done faking the handoff there. He really had nowhere to go. He was under pressure, just trying to jump and get the ball out and hoping his wide receiver can make the play, but really nothing the Pirates could do there. Great defense by the Generals.
Not what the Generals were expecting. You're always expecting to run on a short 4th and 2 conversion, but the Pirates looking in their bag, in their playbook, trying to find that pass to get over on the field.
And it actually did end up benefiting the Generals saying it was run. Since they brought such a heavy rush there, they had guys in the backfield as soon as Heller finished the fake handoff.
And now comes back out Chase Palmer, the QB, back with Cedar in the backfield, looking to make a difference in this game. As he ends up, takes the ball up the middle, and he's going to be tackled very short. Looks like it might be only a gain of no yards, either 1 yard. Great play by the Mepham
That was
defense there.
Igniri on the stop. And you just see he's so big there, standing at 6'7". You know, Palma looked like he had 3 or 4 yards, and Igniri's long arm just grabbed a hold of him and dragged him to the ground. Nothing you can do there.
Having a great wingspan for a DN is everything that you want. Igniri is this tall guy with a huge wingspan. He looks fierce in the defensive end position, trying to get the QB pressure every single time. As the Generals come back out, Chase Palma still in the backfield with Cedar and another running back as they look to convert on 2nd and 10. Palma snaps the ball, looking to pass on the right sideline now. Cedar gets tackled short, and that is a great tackle by Jake Classy, throwing the big Jesse Cedar down.
Definitely, you know, he saw that play. As soon as they snapped the ball, he was running, following Cedar, had that man-on-man coverage, and saw the ball coming to him to put his head down and hit him. And that other running back in the field in that 2-back formation was Shapiro for the Macarthur Generals.
The Generals weren't able to convert there in Jesse Cedar, but not only that, Jake Classy with great coverage on the side. Doesn't look that big, but he makes a huge difference for the defense at that corner position.
Now it's going to be 3rd and 5 as the Generals set up here.
Yep. 3rd and 5 for the Generals now as Palma is now up, no longer in shotgun, with 2 running backs in the backfield. Maybe a dive up the middle. Biscardi tries to pressure them as they're going to audible at the Generals. There's going to be a flag on the play.
Looks like possibly a delay of game here.
Felt like a delay of game from all the audibles. But it looks like it's going to be a delay of game on Macarthur. Was very confused at first, but with that long offensive snap, it seemed like they tried to audible, but they were not able to get it off.
Yeah, and it did look like they were trying to audible, which you rarely will see in a high school football game. You know, most of the offenses are just straight out of the playbook. There's usually not an audible from the quarterback. So that was already interesting to see. And, you know, it caused some confusion and ended up in a delay game, making it 3rd and 10 now for this Generals offense.
Now looking at that, you can see that they try to audible because they saw Matt Biscardi, Shaki Davidoff, all in the middle, the inside linebackers, looking to blitz, it seemed like, where the Chase Palma was able to read it, but wasn't able to get the audible off in time. As Chase Palma is now back in shotgun in the backfield with Cedar, as he fakes to another, hands it off to Cedar, and that's a great tackle by the Mepham defense. Tim Igniri again coming up with it with this huge wingspan.
Yeah, it definitely looked like Igniri got a hold of him there, and then Davidoff came flying in to rally tackle there and get the stop. And now this Macarthur Generals team is going to have to punt again, and we'll see what Mepham Pirates draw up here to try and get another blocked punt.
Yeah, looking back at that, Jesse Cedar trying to get up the middle, trying to get the offensive line to stand in front of him, but it wasn't enough for that Mepham defensive line. And it looks like the special teams is coming out now, and Macarthur Generals are going to try to punt away to Jake Classy again. Hopefully trying to stop the blitz right here. As many get by, but the punter's going to be able to get it off. It's going to be short of Jake Classy. He lands at about the 40-yard line, and he's going to pick it up, and he's going to start taking off. Gets by one defender, gets by another, as he's going to be taking it around the 50-yard line, but there's going to be a flag on the play.
As that will be a 10-yard punt return, but now there is the flag on the field, so we'll see where this goes. Maybe you're going to get the Pirates on a block in the back here.
Yeah, Jake, this can really put the Mepham Pirates on the other side of the field or on the other side of the 50. Hopefully it puts them across the 50-yard line. As we look back on the replay here, Jake being able to get by one defender, very elusive, very shifty, by another 2, but he's going to be taken down around the 50-yard line.
And now in the replay there, it doesn't look like there was much going on. I don't know if they're going to call blocking the back here, but that is what they're going to call. So
yeah, they're going to be calling Mepham block in the back here, as it looks like the defense is going to have to stay out.
As now,
the Mepham Pirates are going to keep the ball, but it's going to be pushing them back an extra 10 yards, as it is around the 32-yard line.
Yeah, now they're going to be on the 37-yard line, and we'll see what the Pirates offense draws up here to try and get on the board now at a disappointing first drive.
Heller in the backfield fakes it off, hands off to Biscardi, as he's going to be tackled for loss of a 2. It's going to be coming up on 2nd and 12.
So now you're at 2nd and 12 here. Mepham's going to have to look to open up the pass game now to try and figure something out and get the ball down the field and put some pressure on this Macarthur Generals defense.
Yeah, Mepham looks like they're trying to convert here, but it really hasn't been going well for them. But the Generals defense has been dominant this entire game. Hopefully Mepham can get a first down here and make a difference. As Heller in the backfield, he's going to look for a pass down the field. Great pressure by the Generals, but Owen Heller is going to take off now, cuts to the right sideline, And that is going to be a first down for the Pirates. Exactly what this Pirates offense needs to gain momentum.
And that is going to be so frustrating as a defense. You covered everybody, all the wide receivers. You're doing everything right. You have a good rush on the quarterback, and the quarterback just runs away from you, and you can't catch him. That is so demoralizing as a defensive player and just tough to see.
Now the Pirates ended up on early, and it's going to be a pass to the right side of Grizzard, but it's going to be a flag on the play. They're going to be calling the play dead here, as it looks like it might be a false start on the Pirates. Too hurry-up offense for them.
Yeah, it looked like as soon as the ball was snapped, the official threw the flag. So they're going to call a false start, and looks like number 5, Tyler Raniker, the wide receiver.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be on the Pirates here. Maybe Tyler Raniker was stepping over the line before the line of scrimmage of the play, but now Mepham's going to have to back themselves up again to 1st and 15. Another bad spot for the Pirates, but they were able to convert on the last one, and it's because of all of what Owen Heller does for this team. He's not only a passer, he's an elusive running back who can read the defense and get by anyone.
Yeah, definitely. He has been that star player for the offense this year, no matter what situation they're in, trying to pull them out and bring them to victory.
Having a two-way player in the backfield is so strong for the Pirates as they look again to convert on 1st and 15. Heller in shotgun with Biscardi in the backfield, as Heller's going to try to take it up the middle. Tries to go around defender, stays up, and is going to get a 5-yard gain on that.
Yeah, as that first defender had a wrap on it, he is just so hard to bring down. It's amazing to see. And he gets back to that original line of scrimmage there.
Yep, Owen taking that ball up the middle as we see in this replay. He sees the middle is all taken up. He's going to try to get around on the outside, gets past one tackle and able to get a few extra yards of that. At Heller stands up back in the backfield, looking for a pass. It's going to be a screen pass to Biscardi. Great blocks by Macarthur, and Biscardi's going to take it up further a lot.
And they're going to get a holding on Mepham, number 72, McGirdle there, and push the Pirates back after that great slip screen.
Yeah, it looked like Macarthur was going to bring that one back as he was trying to get a good screen block for Biscardi, but it wasn't going to be able to be the answer for them.
And now it's going to push him back to a second and long there now. A lot of penalties to start for this Mepham team, and that's just not what they want to see. Want to play a clean game and not have penalties holding them back.
Yeah, Mepham offense still looking to have this great momentum run, trying to score early because this Macarthur defense is not going to be good when the Mepham starts scoring. But as we look at Biscardi's run, it was an incredible run by Biscardi off the screen, but Macarthur unfortunately picks up the hold, which is going to bring the entire play back an extra 5 yards. Where we line up now at 2nd and 15 at around the 44-yard line. Owen Heller in the backfield with no one else as they send Biscardi in motion. As they're going to fake it, Owen Heller's going to take it up the middle, gain a few yards, finds the open hole, as he's going to be about 4 yards short at the opposite 44-yard line.
And Heller's able to get so many of those yards back right there and lay a shoulder into one of the defensive backs there at the end of the play and, pick up an extra yard there. It's great to see your quarterback. He's not afraid to take a hit and laying his own shoulder out there, putting his body on the line for this team to get that extra yard.
Now, Jake, when they got that first down before, they immediately went in to hurry up. They got the false start, pushed back another 5 yards. Next play, they got a good run. The next play after that, Biscardi gets a hold. Macarthur gets a hold on the Biscardi screen. It's been going bad for the Pirates this drive, but they are now 3rd and 13 as Biscardi tries to take it up the middle, but he's going to be held short at the 43-yard line as it is going to continue to be 4th and 3rd.
Looks like it's going to be a 4th and 2 or 3 now, and you're going to see Mepham is going to look to go for it again here. We'll see what they can do to get 3 yards. The Heller quarterback keep has been working today, picking up yards. We'll see if they can go back. If they go back to that, or they try and go for another action play like they did on that first 4th down.
Now, a good thing about Mepham being in this position is that if they ever get in a bad spot like this, they can audible immediately to a punter because Owen Heller is also the punter. But they're going to line up with A-Chain as he's going to take it on the right side.
And that looks like it's going to be right on the marker. What are they going to give here? It's definitely going to be close to being the first down.
It looks short right now. It looks like they're at the 42. As they might be bringing out the measuring tapes to see this one.
They might have to bring out the sticks for this one. This is really close and just hard to tell. It looked like he got brought down right on that marker. Depends what the spot is.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be bringing out the marker here. But as we look back at it, A-Chain has been great all year. Brings it up, tries to get 2 yards on that conversion just to push it over the first down.
And looks like the chains are coming out now. As you saw, Lenny A-Chain have 3 touchdowns against that Calhoun in that Calhoun game early in the season. He's going to try and do that again here. And it looks like he's
lined
gonna
up,
be
and
short.
Macarthur is going to get this ball. A great play by the Macarthur Generals defense as they look to grain back out Chase Palmer and Jesse Cedar to convert to maybe rush downfield and maybe get a touchdown.
And like we said, the first game of the year was a 20-0 win by the Mepham Pirates, but we knew it wasn't going to be as that far of a deficit this time for this Macarthur Generals team. We knew it was going to be a close game and that it's anybody's game today. It's not the same as the first week of the regular season. This is a playoff game. Both teams have had their time to figure out their teams and figure out what they have to do to beat each other.
As the Macarthur Generals offense comes back out, so is the Mepham Pirates defense, a dominant defense against a strong Generals offense. As Chase Palmer is now in the backfield by himself, maybe looking for a pass to or a QB keep. As Jesse Cedar is coming in motion, it's going to be a handoff to Cedar along the right side. He's going to get a few good blocks, and he's going to get by 2 defenders where he's going to almost get a first down. Looks like it's going to be 2nd and 1.
Looks like, yeah, he picks up 9 there on the jet sweep there. And, you know, the really good blocking from that front line of the Macarthur Generals, you know, blocking that next man, getting to the second level of the defense and making sure that their running back won't get taken down.
Yeah, Generals have a great running game so far as Jesse Cedar has been dominant all game. Mepham stopping them at times, but Mepham's just letting him get past sometimes. Not going well for the Mepham Pirates defense, where we always see them as always a dominant team, especially in week 1, the last one. But now Palma is under center with 2 men in the backfield. As there's going to be another handoff to Cedar, and he's going to pick up a first down as he flips over the defender.
And it actually looks like Macarthur got away with a false start there as their left guard moved a little early. And that's just something that the Pirates are going to have to live with there. You know, having that missed call, but it's all right. And Cedar picks up that first down.
Pirates have never been happy with the season. They feel like that they haven't gotten all calls, but that's just the way you're going to have to play the football game. You're going to have to play with every single call you get, as it is now 1st and 10 on the opposite 47-yard line where the Generals look to convert. Palmer back in the backfield with 2 running backs. Jesse Cedar gets the handoff as he's going to be tackled very short by Jack Weber, as he's going to be tackled for about a gain of 0 yards.
As he's met by that linebacker core of the Mepham Pirates. Weber first, David off second, and Biscardi third to finish the play as we're coming to the end of the first quarter with a 0-0 game with 20 seconds to go.
20 seconds left. Looks like Macarthur's going to try to fit in another play before the buzzer.
They're
As we
moving
look back
quick
at
to the
this
line.
replay really quick, Cedar gets the handoff, but Jack Weber, the inside linebacker, just stops him immediately. As we look back now, Palmer under center, and it looks like he wants to audible, looking back at his coach.
Looks like they're just going to let this one run out here as that brings us to the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, that's going to be the end of the first quarter. And it's still scoreless game for the Pirates and the Generals. It's been dominant on both defenses on both ends. The offense are starting to be a little shaky in the beginning, but are starting to come together very quickly.
As we're going to flip the field now for this Generals team, bringing them back on the offense, and they're going to be changing the field.
Yeah, it looks like the Generals and Pirates are all going to talk this one over. Everything's been happening so far. It looks like that we're now going to be sending it down to Mel Arcos on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Here at the end of the first quarter, where he's still at 0-0, both the Pirates and the Generals, I think, really need to push it and really take their opportunities and be able to capitalize on the opportunities that they're getting. I think both teams are still playing really well, but they're both going to have to give it a little extra push if they want to be able to win this game. That's all from me. I'm Melanie Arcos, and now back to the sportscasters in the booth.
And now we're back here getting ready to start this second quarter after a very even first quarter on defense. Both teams coming out strong on defense.
Yeah, both sides. I'm Lucas Pankar, and this is Jared Broxmeyer. Both sides coming out very strong on defense. You have that block punt from Mepham, and you have also that fumble that was recovered by the Generals. You can see here, hopefully we get a more offensive game here going in the second quarter.
Yeah, so far teams have made mistakes, but neither team able to capitalize yet, as the Generals with the ball here on a big 2nd and 7. As they drop back to throw and hit their receiver, as they'll fall short of the first down as Mateo gets tackled, and that'll bring us to 3rd down and 3.
He kind of throws off Classy there and goes to second level. He cannot get past the other defender, but tries to work something here on the 3rd and 3 here.
It'll be interesting to see what the Generals do here on this 3rd and 3, because with this 3rd and 3, it could end up setting them down. If they don't convert here, they could end up converting on 4th down, because otherwise it would be an almost impossible field goal or turn into a punt.
Yeah, you have 2 chances. You can either run or pass here. You gotta decide.
As it'll be Palmer in the shotgun here with Bennett in the backfield, as Palmer waiting for the snap as he takes the snap and will go up the middle, bounce off of defenders, and will fall forward for a 1st down and a gain of 5.
Great job there, by Palma. Just bounce off his offensive line, use his blocks, hesitate a little bit, and just gets into second level to linebackers.
As Palma this year, his strength has really been running. His running has really changed the game. As here's a replay of just Palma bouncing off of defenders and just falling forward.
Great job there by Palma. Just to bounce forward, head forward, and get that 1st down for the Generals, and see maybe get a red zone opportunity.
As the Generals here now with the ball at the 34, time running, as the Generals trying to get something going here on this offense, as they've picked up a couple 1st downs this drive, as they line up in the jumbo formation, Palmer in the shotgun, and it looks like it will be a flag here on the Generals.
We're going to see what it is here.
As the ref is going over, talking to both coaches, both of them waiting to see what that flag will be. As the ref's now discussing it over. And it looks like it will end up being a timeout on the Generals. So there will be no flag, as when we come back, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Generals at the 34.
Yeah, you see them the Generals coming out here in the 2nd quarter fast with Palma, using that running game, using that quarterback running game, who, as you said, has been his strength so far this season. Then you're in the playoffs. You got to use your strengths. You got to open up with your strengths on offense.
Another thing that could get the Generals really going is if they use the running back, senior Jesse Sater, because this year he's gone 48 carries, 339 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And all in one game back in week 2, he had 30 of those carries for 285 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, trying to break this game open with your running back could be huge opportunity for the Generals here.
Yeah, as also both teams have their very mobile quarterbacks. Both QBs can take off at any point and change the game with their speed by being mobile.
Yeah, there has been a lack of offense in this game. You're not seeing it here in 2nd quarter. Generals coming out strong, trying to force red zone opportunity, maybe put the 1st points on the board here.
Yeah, but one of the stars so far today on this Mepham defense is Timothy Ignieri, as he's just been making tackle after tackle and even picking up a sack before.
Yeah, he has been after it so far. He forced that fumble. Thankfully, it was recovered by the Generals. See if he can maybe have more big plays here.
As the Generals break the huddle, as we're ready to have this 1st down and 10 with the jumbo formation, Palmer in the shotgun, ready to take the snap as the Pirates packing it in, as it's a handoff and taken outside by Sater as he keeps going forward, and it looks like it will be just about short of the 1st down to bring the Generals to a 2nd and very short.
Tackle there by Eric Rivera. Cedar just takes the sideline off and just goes in that big play you're going to see here. He gets that outside run, gets past Rivera on the edge, can't get past him, tackled by Rivera. Huge play there.
And right at that timeout, you saw the Generals getting their run game going. Outside especially, because that's what normally most of the big runs have. If you get outside and your blockers can free you up outside, you can get the gain. As it'll be a direct snap to the fullback here, as he will be, it looks like a near 1st down, but
QB sneak there by Palma, trying to get that 1st down, the 2nd and 1. And he's not going to get it. It's going to be 3rd and 1 here for the Generals.
As the Generals here coming out on almost 3rd inches, as the Pirates here are plus 191 in point differential, which if you don't know that means they have outscored their opponents by 191 points all year by scoring 243. As they have 4+ shutouts this year as they look to put up another one here as it's a handoff here. And the Pirates grab a hold of the Generals right off the line as it'll be very close to see if he got that first down.
That's going to be 4th down there for the Generals. You're going to see if they go for it. They're in field goal range a little bit. See if they're probably going to go for it here on 4th and 1.
As it was very close as they will not get it. Just a great display of the Pirates defense here. First down, you give up that gain of 9. Then that gives you the 2nd and 1. Then you stay strong, make your tackle. 3rd and 1. Then you stay strong, make your tackle, and bring yourself to 4th and 1 and giving you a chance to stop. Palmer under center here. Pirates packing the line as it's a handoff, and Palmer will fall forward and easily get the first down. But the ball is out. They will end up blowing it dead as the Pirates thought they nearly had the turnover to change that game.
Yeah, great job there by Palmer. Just backs up a little bit, hesitates, waits for his blocks to open up, waits for his running lanes, and just goes to the first one he sees and gets the first down there for the Generals.
As here's a replay of just Palmer taking his time, finding an open hole, and just going forward, as that'll bring the Generals into the red zone. As it'll be Palmer under center here with 2 backs, and it's a pitch out to Sater, and Sater will look like pick up 3 as he will be tackled by Biscardi.
Yeah, Sater trying to take the edge off of that Pirates defense again. He does not get it there, and it's gonna be third and 6 here, 2nd and 6. Sorry. See what the Generals do here.
Yeah, but the Generals, other than those short downs, they did end up picking it up with the QB run, but what their problem has been is running it up the middle, as they've been just using Sater outside and just picking up his big yards.
They're going to come out here again with the heavy set.
Palmer under center in the jumbo, getting ready as Palmer takes the snap, hands off to Sater as he's met by Pirates just after a couple yards after the line. As it looks like it'll be 3rd down and about 5.
3rd and 5 here. See what the Generals can do here. You have that, use that running game so far. You're going to see in that replay, big tackle there by Shockey Davidoff. Huge tackle there to stop the Generals offense.
As it'll be, again, the Generals lining up in the jumbo, as that's been their go-to formation. Palmer in the shotgun, waiting for his play from the coach in a crucial 3rd down here. Trying to pick up the big gain. As Palmer takes the low snap, time, finds his man, and it looks like it will be Trippy, as Trippy with the catch, and it looks like it will be a 1st down. Generals bring them all the way down to the 15.
Yeah, great job there by the Generals here. You're going to see in that replay. They've used our running game so far. They've used that pass game. Find Trippy on the outside. That's going to be the 10-yard line. 1st and goal here for the Generals.
As the Generals with just a very strong drive so far, finding their plays when they need to on those big 3rd downs, as it's a pitch out to Sater, out to the right side, as a big tackle there by Classy for a loss.
Yeah, Classy, great open field tackle there by the DB. Just finds Sater and finds him down. That would have been a wide open touchdown, walk-in touchdown for Sater there if he didn't get that tackle.
As Classy came all the way from the secondary there, able to bounce off the blockers and come up with the big tackle for a loss of 2 to bring up 2nd and goal from the 11.
Yeah, 2nd and goal here. The Pirates, they got to get a big stop here. That offense has been lackluster so far in that 1st quarter. See if they can change it up here. Same with the Generals.
As so far the Pirates' 2 drives have ended up coming away with nothing to show, with 2 turnover on downs on 4th and shorts. As it'll be a split back as Palmer with time throws it up and over the head of Mateo to bring us to 3rd down and goal from the 11.
Yeah, trying to use that one-on-one advantage. Classy versus Mateo. He does not get it. Gets thrown out of bounds by Palmer.
It'll be interesting to see what the Generals do here as they do pull Sater, as it will most likely be a pass play. But the question is, will they take their end zone shot? As here's a replay of just Sater going outside and the big tackle by Classy.
Yeah, you got to see if they take that. They're gonna take that end zone shot here. See if they take it on 4th down, or they're gonna stay with the field goal here with 5 minutes left in the second.
Because right now here they are easily in field goal range, but the wind could maybe affect them. As it'll be Palmer in the shotgun with his fullback to his left. As it's a low snap as Palmer picks it up, goes to the end zone, and it is over his receiver's head and through the Pirates' hands as the Pirates come up with a big stop there to bring us to 4th down and goal, as it looks like the Generals will bring out the kicking unit.
Yeah, with the wind here, it's maybe not the best time to kick here. You see what they can do here. You see in that replay, just goes over the head of Trippy. Just can't get it into his hands, and Gampero on that coverage there.
As it'll be a relatively short kick here by the Generals, but it has been windy, so let's see if the wind will play into it. As the Generals kicker is lining up, and Lopez, it is blocked by the Pirates. A big block there by the Pirates, as Pirates special teams has been huge today, blocking a punt and blocking a field goal. The Pirates are really strong in the special teams today.
Yeah, as Jared just said, the Pirates have been huge in special teams. They have that block punt already in the first quarter, and now they get that block kick. Pirates special team are keeping them in this game.
As just here's a replay of just the Pirates bursting through, making their big plays when needed. As there it was the special team superstar, Jaden Perez, coming through. Always almost blocking that punt, and that time he got through, making that play to maybe switch momentum. As it'll be Heller in the shotgun here as he fakes the hand up, and it's up Heller to Gampero, and it looks like it will be for 7.
Yeah, Pirates opening up with the pass play there, finding Gampero on Heller on the outside catch. See what they can do here in second and 3.
As the Pirates here, 2nd and short, they can really do a lot of different things, especially with Heller at quarterback. They can use either of their backs when they're on the field. They can run it to Heller, and here's just a replay of Heller finding the soft spot and hitting Gampero as Heller takes the snap, as he will go outside, as Heller with a big gain, and it will be a 1st down.
1st down for the Pirates there. Heller with finding the sideline there, just finding it out of bounds. Great 1st down there.
As right now it's looking like the Pirates, after that break, have found their gear in the offense. With a gain of 7 on 1st down to Gampero and then the 12-yard run to Heller, the Pirates offense is starting to find something.
Yeah, try see if they can use that run game. They're going to stick with that pass game here with Biscardi and Chan in the backfield.
As it was Heller in the shotgun as he hands it off to Biscardi, and Biscardi bursts up the middle. Still going, Biscardi makes a man miss. Biscardi still going all the way down to the 35. A big gain there by Biscardi, making defenders miss and just finding the open field.
Biscardi using his blocks there from McNeary, that big guy, 88, just finds a big block, and he's going to go all the way down for a 30-yard gain.
As Biscardi brings the Pirates in the enemy territory, as the Pirates just keep on rolling. As it's Heller in the shotgun, hands it off again to Biscardi, as Biscardi will be tackled short after a gain of just a couple to bring up 2nd and long.
2nd and long here. You can maybe use that pass game with Heller. Find Grassard, who had that big game versus Long Beach here on BMB.
But the Pirates, with that big run to Biscardi, they can really open it up as it's empty backfield as Heller drops back, but it will be whistled dead as it looks like it'll be a false start on the Pirates to push them back to 2nd down and 14.
You're the Pirates there. You don't want that to be a drive killer. You don't want to shift that momentum at all. You want to keep your same head space on 2nd and 14 here.
As the Pirates were looking to go 5 wide on that original 2nd down, but now pushed back to 14. Looks like the formation will be changing as Biscardi's back in the backfield, but they do have Grassard out there one-on-one could be a thing to watch to see if he uses his speed, as it's Heller in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands off to Biscardi, who goes forward, and it looks like gets him back to the original line of scrimmage to bring up 3rd down and long.
Yeah, Biscardi trying to find his hole is dragged down there by the Macarthur defense. 3rd and long here. You got to look for that pass. You're going to see in that replay, handoff on Heller. Heller takes a little bit of a shot. And then Biscardi just dragged down there by the defender by his legs.
So, as it's 3rd down and 10 here, Heller getting the play from his coach. The Macarthur crowd getting loud, trying to hype up their defense. As the Pirates will go with one guy in the backfield, as it'll be a Chan and a couple receivers out. As Heller drops back to throw, time and time, as Heller goes forward, but will be taken down by the Generals. Big sack there by the Generals.
Huge sack there by the Generals to stop Heller in his tracks.
As it'll be senior Orlando, who just makes big plays for this team, coming down with the sack to Heller, as it'll be 4th down and 10 here. But it looks like the Pirates will be keeping the offense on the field, which is something they've done a lot this season, as they line up with 5 wide, as Heller drops back time and time. Over the top, Heller, he finds a man in Glazard, and Heller to Glazard. It looks like they will call him in, and the Pirates are on the board. Heller to Glazard yet again on a BMB game of the week. Gives the Pirates the lead.
Yeah, Heller again finds Glazard deep. Huge play there for the Pirates, putting the Pirates on board for the first score of the game. You're going to see that great pass there by Heller. Glazard just finds the open zone on that defense. That's going to be a Pirates touchdown.
As I said before, Glazard one-on-one with that speed is really something interesting to watch. As he gets the Pirates the touchdown, as Bayer, who's 28 of 29 on extra points, will go through, as now he's 29 of 30. Pirates 7, Generals nothing. Generals with the ball here late in the first half. Pirates will receive the second half kickoff.
Yeah, great job for the Pirates there, finding Glazard in that open zone. Glazard just finds the space in that Macarthur defense, and just huge for the Pirates on a Heller pass.
And the O-line also a key part to that, as the O-line gave Heller his time to look downfield and find Glazard on that 4th down and long.
Yeah, you set up 5 wide. That Ozzy just said that O-line played huge in that offense.
As the Pirates were not discouraged at all after those first 2 drives, 4 and out after those 2 turnovers on downs. They just kept pushing down the field. And from the beginning of that, coming off of that blocked field goal, they just took the momentum and ran with it and just kept going down the field and converting on that big 4th down as the Pirates get ready to kick it off.
Yeah, you take that momentum off that block kick and you just work with it. As Jared just said, you take that momentum and work down the field. You use that huge Biscardi run as you just saw, and you use that big pass play by Glazard, and you can take this game wide open.
As it'll be Mateo and Bush back there to receive the kick from Bayer. As Bayer waiting for everyone to get ready, lining up the kick. And the kick by Bayer here is up, and it will be fielded by Bush on a hop as he struggles to field it. Blocked there by the Generals. Big tackle by the Pirates as he picks up only a couple, as it'll be 1st down and 10 from the Generals from the 15.
Yeah, if you're the Generals here, you got to use that running game. You saw it here. You worked down all the way down the field with Cedar and Palma using that running game from your quarterback and running back.
As from the Generals this drive, I'd expect to see similar to what they did last drive. Everything worked, they just weren't able to come away with that block kick. Yeah, Sater was using his runs outside well, and also Palma finding the key guys when needed.
Yeah, they just weren't able to convert here. See if Palma and Cedar here can work that offense here.
As they're lined up in the I formation here, Palma under center, hands it off to Sater, and Sater for about a gain of 1, as it'll be 2nd down and long for the Generals.
Timeout, Mepham.
That's the Mepham timeout here. See if the Pirates can work that offense. They had a huge defensive stop last time with that block kick.
As the Pirates call that timeout to give their defense a breather coming up on this big drive, because if they stop here, it could really be momentum changing. As here's a replay of just Quilty coming up with the tackle on Cedar.
Yeah, huge job by Quilty there, tackling Cedar there.
As time's running down, only 1:25 here. If you're the Generals, you want to come away with at least some points, especially with the Pirates, who won the toss originally and chose to defer. They will get the ball to start the second half, because a 14-0 game will be different if you turn it to 14-3.
Yeah, as we said in the beginning, you got to use our running game. Maybe you got to switch to the pass here with the time left, and the Pirates getting the ball here in the second half.
As it'll be Palma under center, taking the snap, as he hands it off to Cedar, and it will be a gain of only a couple, as it's a timeout Mepham, as they're really trying to preserve this clock so they can score here and then come out of half and score again, as it'll be 3rd down and 8 here from the 17-yard line.
3rd down and 8 here. You got to use that rare. You're going to see on that replay there, Cedar gets the handoff and just gets wrapped up by Quilty. Just huge tackle there. Oh, excuse me.
Just big plays by the Pirates defense making the tackle, as it was Sol there making the tackle. As it's 3rd down and 8, as the Pirates have really not given an inch, as the Generals have only picked up 2 yards here. And here's just a replay of that touchdown where Grizzard was hit perfectly in stride and falls into the end zone for the lead.
Yeah, Grizzard, another huge touchdown. You can see in that last BMB game of the week, he had 2 against Long Beach, and he's done a deep pass from Heller.
Yeah, all those touchdowns were just at big moments and changed the game. And this one could have changed the game, getting the Pirates on the board, as the Generals will break the huddle. 3rd down and 8 from the 17-yard line. As it'll be Cedar out there in the backfield as the lineup in the eye, as will be Palma yet again under center. Takes the snap, play action. Palma takes a hit, and it's up, and it will be caught. What a catch there by Mateo. Just going up there and making that catch. A big catch there by the Generals, brings them all the way up to the 44-yard line, and puts him in a good situation to come away with points.
Yeah, great job by Mateo there. Just head tops him on that replay. Great play action. You've seen that run game a lot so far, and then just gets that huge catch over Classy there.
Very impressive throw there by Palma. After taking that huge hit, still able to get it the distance and get him in a good situation. As time is running down, as it'll be 50 seconds left here to go as the Generals break the huddle. And Palma in the shotgun as Palma takes the snap, drops back, looks for space as he throws it up, and it'll be over Mateo's head as Pirates rush over there to defend. 2nd and 10, 37 seconds left.
Yeah, you got to keep finding your receiver. Mateo, he's had that big catch last time. He tried to find him again, does not connect with him. You got to use that. You got to use that pass game more. 2nd and 10 here.
Yeah, as Mateo's been a key part to this team. He is one of their top receivers. As a couple weeks ago, he had a big 28-yard touchdown against Calhoun.
See what Palma can do here with their offense. Try to lead this offense out in a late first half drive here in 2nd quarter.
Yeah, as they'll roll out an empty backfield here for Palma, as last second Cedar will go back to the backfield, as it'll be 4 receivers, and it will be a flag for most likely a false start on the delay a game on the Generals, as that is not the penalty you want to see, as the Generals have committed that twice today.
Yeah, you have seen that a lot from the Generals. They got to get that communication a little up. When 36 seconds left here, you're going to run the same formation here.
As that penalty could be crucial, as they went from the 44 to the 39. as that clock will run, as Palmer takes the low snap, time and time again, rolls out, makes the throw, hits his man, and a big hit by Classy on Mateo, back to almost the original line of scrimmage. And there's a whistle here, as it'll be third down and about 8.
Yeah, huge catch there by Mateo. Palma rolling out of the pocket there, just getting a huge passing catch.
As Mateo has just made the big plays today. He had those big catches. He had that deep one on Classy, and then he had that other short one. And he is just a replay of Palma rolling out and finding his man for only a couple after the hit by Classy.
Yeah, Mateo backtracking that ball, comes back to that ball. And here you're going to see 3rd and 8 here with 23 seconds left.
Interesting to see what they want to do, as they do still have all 3 of their timeouts. Do they want to maybe take that shot and stay in bounds and end up calling that timeout? Because I feel that if they get it to 4th and short, they will go to try and come away with maybe a touchdown and go in a half, maybe tie.
Yeah, you're trying to push that into a kicking range here. You see they already trust their kicker. Already took one here. It was 0 for 1 on the day. See if they maybe can go again.
Yeah, they may not want to settle for that field goal with this Pirates special teams today, already blocking 2 of their kicks, a punt and a field goal. They don't want to see that happen again, as the Generals will break the huddle, and so will the Pirates. 3rd down and 8 here for the Generals. Cedar looks like will line up as a wide receiver, as it'll be 5 wide for Palmer. As Palmer in the shotgun by himself, giving his last few communications, ready to take the snap. As a low snap, Palmer under pressure, hits his man and Cedar, as Cedar will go forward, and Cedar will fall forward for 1st down at Moore, and it'll be a timeout for the Generals, it looks like.
Yeah, huge there by Cedars. Trying to find the sideline, just goes down all the way to the 35.
As that'll be the Generals' last time out there. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here with no timeouts, 14 seconds. Will they will most likely try and take that shot down the field and try and get out of bounds. And if nothing's there, they will most likely throw it away to try and save as much clock as they can.
Yeah, trying to take that shot there with the ball on the 36. You can see maybe Mateo again from Palmer to Mateo. You also have Tripping on the outside. Maybe use that downfield down to. You're also going to set out 5 wide here for the Generals.
Yeah, as they're making their last few communications, as Palmer will come out of the huddle. Cedar lined up a little behind the receivers. 5 wide for the Generals, as it'll be a timeout now for the Pirates after they saw the formation the Generals lined up in. They now know what to maybe prep for.
Yeah, you had that Mateo on that other big catch there. Maybe you can see him again. Trying to one-on-one on Classy there.
Yes, here's a look at the Pirates sideline, just always communicating their guys, making them go. As the last few years, they went 7-3, made the playoffs. 9-2 2 years ago, and then last year a rough season, going 2-7, and just nothing went their way. And then bouncing back with such an important season this year, with the only loss to Cali, going 7-1, and even that one close. 5 of those wins being shutouts, and just a very strong season by the Pirates as they've gotten back on track.
Yeah, an important bounce back season from last year, going back on track from going 9-2 and 7-3 the past 2 seasons, going 7-1 here. Maybe you can keep that playoff hopes alive.
As there's the Generals talking over, calling their play on 1st down. As the huddle is broken, Palmer goes back out there, so it looks like they will still line up 5 wide, but 4 receivers to the top of the screen, which could be very interesting as Palmer takes the snap, drops back, time, rolls out and goes forward now. Palmer, no timeout, still running. Clock as he gets tackled in the middle of the field. 3, 2, and 1. As it looks like that'll be the clock and that'll be the half as the Pirates at the half of round 1 of playoffs. Pirates 7, Generals nothing. As here's a replay of just Palmer trying to make the play and pick up yards, but just lost track of the clock, and the Generals not able to come up with anything. As the Pirates in that first half just didn't start off strong in that first quarter, but that second quarter, that offense, you saw something. As they drove down the field, and found Grizzard and picked up that touchdown.
Yeah, you saw something from that Pirates offense. 7-0 here going into the second half. From that Heller pass that you just said to Grizzard, who's been a key player in his junior season so far this season.
Yeah, and just here's the band really getting into it, trying to spark stuff out of these fans, trying to really show that home field advantage and get the Pirates their advantage.
Yeah, as you need here, the Pirates had 2 big defensive stops there. You saw that stop there on Palmer. You had, in my opinion, you had Mateo on the outside. He did not find him there. Palmer just using his legs there.
The Pirates defense really came up strong in that first half, making those 2 stops and holding for punts, one of which being blocked. Then they gave in a little, but no, they ended up coming away with that blocked field goal, still holding the Generals scoreless. Then that last drive, they gave in a little, but they managed the clock and ended up coming away still with the shutout at half.
Yeah, the Pirates managed the clock there, as you just said. That defense has came up huge multiple times so far on that. Also, the special teams, that block punt and block field goal there by the Pirates.
Yeah, just the Generals, they played a very solid first half, as now we're going to send it over to BMB's own Melanie Arcos with an interview.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Mepham football coach, Coach Nazika. So going into the halftime, Pirates are up 7-0. Pirates played a really hard-fought first half. What do you think went really well for you guys?
You know, I think we talk about it all the time. You know, football's a team game, and I think that our defense and our special teams really kind of picked us up a little bit. Where offensively we made some mistakes and we punched one in at the end, but it's been a little back and forth. But it's a playoff game, so that's kind of what we expected.
Totally agree. So going inside, what is the first thing you're going to tell all the players to get them really ready for that second half?
Listen, there's no guarantee after today, right? We talked about it all week. We want to be, play like a desperate team, and leave everything out here on the field, and bring all, empty the tank right now. So it's gonna be my message to the guys.
Thank you so much. Good luck in the second half. That's all from me. I'm Melanie Arcos, and back to you guys in the studio.
Oh.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mel. And what a game do we have on our hands here. We're at halftime, and the score is only 7-0. The Mepham Pirates are leading by only a touchdown. Both teams have been playing very, very good defense, and only limiting like a certain amount of points throughout the first half. As we saw, Owen Heller being able to throw the ball and also run the ball, like we were saying during pregame, being able to use both aspects of his game throughout the rushing game, using his legs to get yards, but also being able to throw the ball. As he completed a touchdown pass to Mikey Grizzard for Mikey Grizzard's 3rd touchdown in the past 2 weeks. You got to be careful about him. Well, as we look over to the Macarthur side, Jesse Cedar, who was out for a good amount of games throughout Macarthur's losing streak, coming back and being able to put up a lot of stats for the team, helping the offense get more yards and apply the pressure onto Mepham's defense. He's been a crucial part of the game on the offensive side, and like I said, having that type of weapon in the backfield makes it difficult for Mepham's defense to adjust.
Yeah, and just to talk about Macarthur in general, their first game of the season was against the Mepham Pirates during their homecoming game, which they suffered their first loss, and then they continued to have a 3-game win streak. But then when they lost that streak, they lost, and they continued to have a 4-game lose streak, which kind of shows to you how important momentum is in this game.
Which is what we were talking about before. Now, as we see that they're on that 4-game losing streak coming into today's game, that could be part of the fact that Cedar was out for a good amount of the game.
Definitely.
Him being a power back, being a star player on this offense, not having that player on your team being able to rely on for the offensive ability, it can be difficult to get those wins and get those yards that you need.
100%.
So he's been doing everything that he should be with his first game back, coming off of a good amount of missed games, being able to rush the ball very well. But we transitioned to Macarthur's offense also being able to apply pressure, like we said, not only connecting on the ground game, but the ground game opening up the passing game, being able to connect on different passes throughout the game. A lot of different curl routes, hook routes, just trying to get the ball downfield and gain a couple of extra yards in a strategic way, not trying to do too much. But then they also got flashy with one being able to connect on a very deep ball, as we see right here. As Palma drops back in the pocket, we're seeing some more hook plays like we were saying before. A lot of these passes, as he airs one out, goes down to the right sideline.
What a catch.
What a catch by the Macarthur receiver. See, with this offense opening up the running game with Cedar, allows for the passing game to also get open there too. A lot of different routes being ran, a lot of different receivers. We've been seeing a lot of 4 wide, 3 wide, a lot of different receiving options, just trying to throw up the Mepham defense, making it difficult for them to read them and also read the passing game as we go on. And I'd love to touch upon the Mepham's offense too. Like we said, Owen Heller being able to connect with Mikey Grizzard for another touchdown. That's his 3rd touchdown in the past 2 games that he's had. Just being able to break away on the right side of the sideline. Owen being able to just air the ball out, get to him right where he needs it, and get into the touchdown. Yeah. It's just the perfectly placement ball. And like we said before, Heller being able to use his legs to get yards, it's really dangerous. McCarthy's defense has to find the adjustment, whether they have to run contain on the lineman or they have to QB spy. There's got to be some type of adjustment to be made to prevent him from getting total yards. Definitely.
1,000%. I agree.
So with Mepham's offense being able to pass the ball, we haven't really seen too many pass plays from Mepham. Most of it's been coming from the ground, which was definitely one of their keys to the game, was trying to get that ground game going. With the ground game going, a lot has opened up for them passing-wise, as we saw with that touchdown to Grizzard. It wouldn't have been happened if it wasn't for the rushing game. Matt Biscardi being the lead running back in that backfield, he's been taking a lot of the load, being able to take that. And then, as we see here, Owen Heller with his passing game, he's not throwing for the most yards, but it's not about the quantity of yards, it's about the quality of the yards that he's throwing.
Very true.
Most of those passes that he's throwing, he's connecting on, and he's getting touchdowns off of those passes. As we saw the past 2 weeks, he had two passing touchdowns to Grizzard, 1 today. A lot to Nicky Gampero, who we haven't seen a lot of in this first half, which is a little surprising, him being a more of an explosive player on the offensive side. Not only the offensive side, but the defensive side. But usually Heller and Gampero seem to connect very well on the field.
In the 3rd quarter.
I agree. I mean, I think the usage, you could have Macarthur primary on Gampero to limit the amount of times he's getting open, the amount of times he's getting ball. But that also opens up for a lot of other weapons on the Mepham's offense to make something happen.
A very powerful team.
Exactly. And I really do think with the passing game being open, that has to do because of the rushing game. As I was saying before, Biscardi being able to get the ball out, getting the quality of yards. Even if it's just a little bit, powering his way through, following his blockers and getting those yards, it's important. And I think it also becomes a threat when you put him as a receiving back. He's a big power back. Him being able to run the ball and get through bodies and absorb that contact, but him also being able to get into in front of the quarterback's eyes.
He's a good balance
for a passing play. That's very important.
Yes,
as we saw last week, he had a receiving touchdown, one of his 3 total touchdowns that game. Both defenses have been outstanding this whole first half, only allowing 7 points in the whole first half for Mepham. Macarthur has seemed to show that fire that they had in the beginning of the season, which is really important now that we're entering the playoffs. And this is the game that you want to do that for. You want to stay aggressive. You want to apply that pressure. Heller's been getting a little bit of pressure in that pocket, not being able to throw the ball in time.
This is a make it or break it game. It's a lot of pressure.
100%. And I think that's very important to think about. With the defenses being so strong this game, there's got to be some adjustments to the offense. Obviously, as we see, the defenses have adjusted. Now that the offenses haven't, we got to make some changes for both teams, obviously, to get some more points on the board, whether that's Mepham getting some insurance points or Macarthur applying some pressure throughout the game. That could be really important. And with Heller's passing touchdown, getting the 6 points for Grizzard, we also see that our kicker, Ryan Bayer, has been able to nail every single extra point this season. He is now 28 for 28 on the season for extra points.
Crazy.
You know, a lot of people don't think of it. Kicking is a crucial part of the game. You know, when you see the field goals, the field goal unit, extra points, those 1 points after those PATs, it's honestly a very important thing for the rest of the game because you never know what can happen.
It can make a game.
100%, or it could break the game. Having a kicker that you can rely on after you get that touchdown to, you know, you're confident to put your special teams on the field and get that PAT. That's an important aspect of the game, and I feel like a lot of the teams throughout the conferences don't really have that type of aspect to them. As we saw, Mepham being able to block one of the field goals that Macarthur was trying to make. So with the special teams unit and the kicking unit, it's important to have a reliable kicker, somebody that can actually get the ball through the uprights. And
without a doubt, that's Ryan Bayer.
And I 100% agree. So I think the special teams has been a very important thing. And not only that, but Mepham's defense has been able to block a punt and a field goal of Macarthur's special team unit, which has to get the special teams for Mepham fired up. You know, that's momentum. You block a punt, that's a 4th down play. You block a field goal, that's a 4th down play. The offense is getting out there in good field position. They want to make something happen. And we saw that on that field goal. They were able to make something happen.
I'm getting fired up just listening to you talking about it.
You know? So, like I said, having a very defensive-heavy game throughout the first half, we're going to have to see if there's any changes that will be made through the second half, obviously offensively, with the slow scoring of a game.
Definitely.
And, you know, we talked a lot about how Macarthur had to win the ground game. That was like one of their keys of the game was winning the ground game, which I think was a very important thing. But like we were saying before, with the ground game, being able to get those rushes, they've been seeing to absolutely get to the outside, which has been getting them a lot of yards. Cedar's been a crucial aspect to the Macarthur's offense, just being able to get those yards, getting to the outside. But it also comes down with the blocking. You know, the blocking has been very important to getting those yards too, especially getting to the outside. Palma, the quarterback for Macarthur, him being able to not only look for passes in the pocket, completing a lot of different short passes, but also long passes, he also has that aspect to him of being able to use his legs. And having two mobile quarterbacks, two quarterbacks that can get loose in the pocket, escape the pocket, it makes it dangerous for the defense.
Yes, it does.
So as much as McCarthy's defense has to worry about Heller getting loose in the pocket, you know, him not being able to find a receiver, gets loose, gets out of the pocket, gets yards, Mepham has to worry about the same problem. Palmer's definitely been, he's definitely has the ability to do so, just as Heller does. And I think that throughout this first half, he has done a better job at using those abilities to benefit his team. As we saw, there was a lot of different pass plays from Macarthur, them feeling very comfortable throwing the ball, but also completing a lot of their passes. Obviously, the offense hasn't been able to get like a good start to getting into the red zone, getting into those that touchdown momentum. But what they seem to have going with the passing game seems to be working. I think it's more of just the rushing game that they have to work on a little bit more. But other than that, both teams have been, like we said, playing very well defensively. And another player I'd like to touch upon is Jay Classy. Yes. We talked about him in the pregame. Mm-hmm. He's definitely a weapon on this Mepham offense and defense. And we've seen more of him defensively today than we have offensively. Him just being able to read the field, read the players, being able to get, he's a bug. He's a pest on the field. He's everywhere on the field. He's always trying to make the right play, make the right decision. And we've seen that today. He's been on both sides of the field inside of just one play, running up and down, putting all of it into it as he can, just to make the right play, get the right tackle. And I think that's really been important.
You can tell he gives his all in the games.
100%. And, you know, a lot of the Pirates have said about Jay Classy that he's a leader. He's the captain of the team. He's somebody to look up to. He's a role model that a lot of the juniors want to be like. He has that passion. He has that spark to him. He has that momentum that he and other players feed off of. They just want to be better because of Classy. Yeah. Which is a very important player to have on the team. We could also talk about the O-line and the D-line, the upfront game of Macarthur and of Mepham. we've seen a lot of good, to be honest with you, there's been a lot of good pocket presence from both quarterbacks. I would say better on the Macarthur side. They've been able to, their offensive line has been able to keep their quarterback safer for a longer amount of time. We've seen the pocket close a little bit faster within Mepham, which makes it difficult. It makes it difficult to get those pass plays off. And I think that's part of the reason why Macarthur has been able to get so many of those passing plays off and completing so many of those passing plays is because of how well the offensive line has been throughout this first half. Just being able to, being able to protect their quarterback is a huge thing. But also, like we said, with their running game, I think that's what they have to work on. Is their pass blocking has been great, but their run blocking needs to be a little bit stronger if they want to see a enhancement in their run game and a jump, a boost in their
Maybe we'll
run
see
game.
that in the third and fourth quarter.
Hopefully. And then if we look at the defensive lines, like we said, Mepham's defensive line has been putting too much pressure because of how good the offensive line has been for Macarthur. But Macarthur's defensive line has been much better, being able to put pressure on the quarterback, which affects Heller's ability to throw the ball and even get out of the pocket. With the pocket collapsing, a lot of players surrounding you, makes it hard for the awareness to find out which gap you have open, where you have to get left, right. Either if it's in front of you, if the pocket opens and you got to move up, it makes it difficult.
And it's not like you have time to think. It's something that happens like instantly.
Awareness is definitely a very difficult ability to have for a quarterback. So I think the offensive and the defensive lines have been doing a pretty good job for Macarthur, primarily, due to the fact that they have been putting a lot of pressure on the Mepham's quarterback and being able to keep their quarterback safe, which is a huge
It's a massive key.
And we talked about momentum. Macarthur started off the season pretty strong. They lost Cedar for a little while, went on a big losing streak, but they're just looking for that same momentum. As we're going to toss it back down to Mel Arcos, who's on the field now.
Head coach? Yes. Thanks, guys. I'm here with Macarthur head coach, Coach Fahrenbach. So going into the second half, you're down 7-0, and what do you think the boys really need to do to be able to capitalize in the second half?
We just have to finish. We had some good drives, and we just didn't put points on the board, but we're able to move the ball, control the clock, control the time of the game, and and they just kind of hit us on a 4th and 10 here, and they hit a big play, and like I said, we just got to capitalize when we have the ball.
That sounds great. So what did you, in the locker room, what did you guys say to get ready for the second half and really motivate the boys into this final playoff push?
We just told me, hey, listen, you just got to, like I said, we just got to finish, okay? Just make the plays. You're going to be fine, okay? Just, get a stop on defense because they're going to get the ball starting the second half. And then we just got to take control, when we have the ball.
Thank you so much. Good luck in the second half. That's all for me. I'm Melanie Arcos, and I'm back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
As we're getting ready to get underway here, as the Pirates getting ready to start this second half, as they will be receiving the kickoff.
Yeah, very lackluster first half from the offensive side, from both sides. The Pirates coming out very bad so far in the first quarter. You're going to see in those replays
of just the Pirates celebrating and just enjoying this playoff atmosphere here for this second half of playoff football.
Yeah, the Pirates coming out strong in the second quarter in that deep pass from Heller to Grizzard. The Generals trying to find something late in that second half drive, just can't find anything.
And this will be the Pirates' first offensive drive since that last scoring drive, which took a couple minutes as they drove down the field, first down after first down, getting the big plays.
Yeah, Pirates getting the ball here, trying to find another touchdown to go up another score here on the Generals.
Yeah, as the Generals' defense has been very strong, holding this Pirates team who has been scoring a ton of points and just outscoring their opponents by a lot to just 7 points in the first half. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, very, very impressive by that Generals offense. That Pirates offense have been very, very aggressive so far. Same, you got to move to the other side of the ball. The Generals become very, very lackluster so far. They can't find Cedar in that run game. Trying to use Palm on the same thing. Just trying to get something going here in the second half.
As a key start to this second half would be a key kick return by the Pirates, as it will most likely be Classy and Achan back there to return. As the Pirates break their huddle, as back there to return, it will be Achan and Gampero.
The Shannon and Gampero back there, trying to get a key kickoff return here for the Pirates.
As Generals getting ready, left making their way to the sideline as the ball rolls off due to the wind, as kickoff will be stalled a little longer. As the Generals kicker puts the ball back on the tee, and kickoff, Generals line up, and the kickoff is up, and it'll sail towards the sideline as it's caught by Grizzard. Makes one man miss and gets tackled around the 35-yard line, as it'll be 1st and 10 for the Pirates with pretty good field position.
Yeah, the Pirates here, you're going to use that strong running game here with Biscardi, trying to keep that offense rolling, trying to get another score here.
As on the offensive end, you haven't really seen him utilized much, but on the defensive end, you have is senior Classy, who's just one of the top receivers, yet to get that one big catch, as it'll be Heller in the shotgun with Biscardi to his left, as it's a fake jet sweep, and Heller is just wrapped up by a ton of Generals. Big tackle there by Waters, as it'll go down for a loss, as Heller couldn't even take a step before he was met for a loss of 4, 2nd and 14. And here's a replay of just Heller trying to get outside and just wrapped up instantly by the Generals.
Yeah, right off that fake handoff from to Classy and gets wrapped up immediately by Mike Waters.
As Heller communicating to his teammates, as it'll be Biscardi lined up next to him with 4 receivers out wide, as Heller takes the snap, hits Biscardi as he drops it, as the Generals run, but it'll be blown dead as it's off of the edge of Biscardi's hand, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 14 for the Pirates.
Yeah, just right off Biscardi's hands. Heller trying to find him on the screen. Just cannot complete this pass to Biscardi.
As a big 3rd down to see what the Pirates will do by the strong Generals defense. Back this far on their field, they may be forced to punt in the windy weather, as it'll be Heller in the shotgun, Biscardi lined up next to him, 4 receivers spread out, as it'll be Biscardi motioning over, Heller waiting for the snap, calls for the snap, Heller with time back, hits Gampero, and Gampero looks to find open field, as he will get back to almost the original line of scrimmage, as it'll be 4th down and long.
Gampero tries to find something there, just cannot get it. And you see on that replay there off the screen, Gampero trying to make the opportunity, cannot makes a man miss, and then cannot make the other one at 2nd level.
As it'll be Heller back there to punt, and Mateo back there to receive for the Generals. And the punt by Heller is up and will sail all the way down. Bounces at the 39 and out of bounds at about the 37-yard line.
You get a big stop there by the Macarthur defense. You got to get Palma and Cedar going on the outside. You also saw Mateo in the end of that first half get that huge catch there. Maybe try to get that pass game going.
As if you're the Generals, that's exactly what you planned for. Coming out of half, on the road, down 7, getting your defense another big stop, as that's now 3 stops on 4 Pirates offensive drives. They did give up that 4th down conversion, but other than that, they forced 2 turnovers on downs, and then they forced that punt, which will give them pretty good field position, as it'll be Palma going out there with 4 receivers and a tight end in the shotgun formation.
Yeah, maybe use that pass game. You have 3 receivers out wide.
As it'll be a motion to Cedar back in, and it'll be a Palma met right at the line by Biscardi for a gain of very short.
Yeah, huge tackle there by Biscardi. Play on both sides of the ball there. 2nd and 10 here. See what the Generals can do here. Maybe look for the pass down the field to Mateo there.
as it'll be Palma getting his play from the coach, going back to his huddle to discuss it. 9:50 left in this quarter. Pirates 7, as it'll be 4 receivers and Cedar right next to him. As it's a low snap, Palma fields it, and he finds open space going upfield. Palma bulldozes through the Pirates and will pick up a big gain, as it'll be a first down for the Generals.
Yeah, Palma gets a big gain there off that quarterback design run, and just uses his holes, uses his running lanes. It's a big play there. You're gonna see in that replay there, Palma just finds his open space and gets tackled there by Eric Rivera.
Yeah, as Palma waited his time, saw the opening, and just went with it for his gain, putting him into Pirates territory. As it'll be Palma in the shotgun, in the jumbo formation, as Palma takes the snap, and he will hand it off to Cedar for about 4 as he's pushed back.
Yeah, Cedar in the backfield just can't find anything going there. You're gonna see second and 7 here. Second and 8 here. Trying to look for that pass. You already saw those couple design runs there by Palma.
As the Pirates are able to contain so far those runs up the middle, but when the Generals have run outside, has really been their success, other than the QB runs, as the Generals have today 76 rushing yards, but yet to put up a touchdown on the board. As it'll be the jumbo with Palma under center as he hands it off, and that'll be stopped by the Pirates for a gain of 0. Tons of Pirates there to make the tackle to bring up 3rd down and long.
Yeah, stop there by the Pirates. Huge tackle there. You're gonna be 3rd down and 7 here. See what the Generals can do here. See what the Generals can do here. Maybe find a pass downfield.
It'll be interesting here to see if the Pirates will bring a blitz in this 3rd down and 7 to really put the pressure on Palma. But the one problem with that could be Palma's been running very well, and here's a replay of just Macarthur being one of the many Pirates able to make that tackle. As it's 3rd down and 7, Pirates fans getting loud from the 46. Palma in the under center as he hits Mateo as they pitch it back. Mateo pitches it back to his own teammate to bring him the 4th down and short. Just a very interesting play there by the Pirates, as it'll be Mateo. Here's a replay of just Mateo catching the ball and passing it right to his own teammate for a near 1st down, as it'll be 4th down and 2 for the Generals at the 41.
Yeah, the Generals getting a little tricky there from that pass from Palma to Mateo. Pitches off back to Schmidt, the offensive lineman, number 73. Huge play there. It's going to be 4th and 2 here. See what the Generals come out here. Most likely going to go for it.
As the Generals with the trickery there, just completely unexpected in such a big game like this, as they will line up to go for it. 2 receivers out wide, as they've completed 80% of their passes for 83 yards. Just a pretty good game by Palma. Pirates sideline getting loud. 3 guys in the backfield for Palma as he's under center. Takes the snap, hands it off to Cedar, and Cedar will go forward and easily get the 1st down as the Generals keep on moving closer and closer to the Pirates' goal line.
Yeah, and Cedar just finds his hole there and goes right through, pushes right through for the 1st down there. It's ball on the 37. Generals trying to maybe get someone going here.
Those rushing yards keep piling up, now approaching 85 rushing yards as they just keep on getting closer, as the run game has been strong, also the pass game. As it'll be Palma in the shotgun, Cedar in motion, as it's a jet sweep to Cedar, and he's met by multiple Pirates there, able to come up with the tackle, as it's Quilty grabbing him, and then another Pirate coming there to meet him for the tackle.
Yeah, great job there by Quilty and Biscardi. Gang tackling Cedar there. 2nd down and 15, pushing him back. Huge play for the Pirates defense there, trying to shift that momentum back to their side.
As here's a replay of just Quilty grabbing a hold and then Biscardi following, able to get him down for 2nd down and 13 from the 40. Generals here with a big play, trying to bounce back off of that loss. Roll out with 4 receivers, Palmer in the shotgun, and Cedar lined up next to him as it's a low snap. Palmer rolls out, and he will fumble the ball, and it'll be recovered by the Pirates, but the ref calls incomplete pass. As the Pirates thought they capitalized big there, but he was just able to get it out to avoid the sack and throw it away. 3rd down and 13 for the Generals.
And that's going to be Neary on that pressure there on Palma. Just makes him force to spike that ball down, and that's going to be 3rd down and 13 here. A ball on the 40.
As Neary uses his reach because of his height, just being that tall gives him the long reach. And there was Sol, who nearly had the fumble recovery, but it was blown dead. 3rd down and 13 here for the Generals. 5:39 to go in the 3rd quarter. It'll be trips to one side, and there will be a flag, as it'll be a false start on the Generals, pushing them back to 3rd down and 18 from the 45-yard line.
Yeah, huge momentum shift there. Just not what you want to see there out of the Generals.
Just the Pirates getting loud, as it'll actually be an offsides on the defense to bring it to 3rd down and 8 from the 35-yard line. Talk about a change of as the Pirates shifted a little up front, little too much movement, as it will be called 3rd down and 8 from the 35 for the Generals.
It's be called a legal procedure there on Steven Sol, number 64.
As it'll be so far lined up, trips to the right of the screen for the Generals. No, one with single receiver out at the left with Bennett lined up next to him, and the snap is low to Palmer. Takes a hit, and the Pirates are able to get there to defend it. Just tons of pressure up the middle by the Pirates, able to force the incomplete pass. 4th and 8, as it looks like the Generals keeping the offense out there as they brought Cedar back on to the field for this 4th down and 8 from the 35.
Yeah, 4th down and 8 here. It's just going to be dropped by Hepworth on that replay here. You're going to see immediate pressure there Palma gets. That's going to be dropped there on that pressure by Classy on Hepworth.
4th down and 8, Macarthur, let's hear it, Mepham fans.
As it's Palma under center here in the I formation as he pitches it, as it's a reverse. Mateo now with it, throws it up, looking for his quarterback, who is surrounded by Quilty and other Pirates, as the trickery for the Generals was able to pay off the first time they ran it, but that reverse by the Generals not able to pay off. 1st and 10 Pirates, starting from their own 35. Big hold there by the Pirates.
Yeah, as Jared just said, works the first time, maybe on the second time. You got to bring all the plays you can here in the playoffs. Coming in as the underdog away, you got to bring out that play there. Mateo just can't find the pass there to his quarterback Palma.
Good defense there by the Pirates. They saw Palmer go out, and they just surrounded him with Quilty and plenty of other defenders. As it'll be Heller in the shotgun here. Takes the snap and time. Heller finds Classy, makes a man miss, and gets him in the enemy's territory down to the 39. As one play, and the Pirates already switching the field. Gain of 26. And here's a replay of just Heller with time in the pocket and able to hit Classy for the big gain. 1st and 10 from the 29 for the Pirates.
Yeah, Pirates coming out quick. That's going to be right off to Classy there, the senior.
As it's Biscardi in the backfield here. Heller takes the snap. QB power up the middle. Still pushing the O-line. Ends up going for about 7, it looks like.
Yeah, Heller, the big quarterback, just keeps pushing and pushing and pushing. Trying to gain about 8 there. It's going to be 2nd and 7.
Just putting his head down and running. And here's a replay of just, it didn't look like much. And then they tried to tackle him, and he just kept on moving those legs forward. 2nd and 2 from the 31. Heller in the shotgun. Biscotti out as a receiver. As Heller takes the snap. Time. And it goes over the top, and Biscotti gets a hand on it and nearly intercepted off the tip. As the Pirates come away lucky there. 3rd down and 2 for the Pirates.
Trying to find his big running back, a big target there out there, deep. Just cannot connect with him. Almost picked off by Macarthur on that tip.
Just off the edge of Biscotti's fingertips. A little too far out of reach. Here's a replay of just over the top to Biscotti and off his hand, and good defense there by the Generals. 3rd down and 2, 4:13 left. Heller in the shotgun, 1 receiver out wide. Biscotti next to him as the handoff to Biscotti, who bulldozes forward and will pick up. It looks like the 1st down, but it'll be close, as the refs will discuss it over and mark the spot, as it will be waiting for the decision. But here's a replay, as it'll be 1st down there for Biscotti. 1st and 10 from the 29. Pirates keep on moving closer.
1st and 10 here for the Pirates off a huge Biscotti run. You're gonna bring in a Chan here and Shockey Davidoff.
As the Pirates will run off Igneri at the last second, as they were thinking about maybe having the height advantage in there as the receiver, but they decide not to, as it'll be a Chan there, and it'll be a snap to Heller in the shotgun. Heller keeps moving forward, as it'll be for 5 yards.
You've seen that multiple times. Heller just keep pushing and pushing and pushing over there on that offensive side.
As it'll be 2nd down here for the Pirates.
Pirates who have driven deep on that quick pass first to Classy, and then now you have this running game working here from Biscotti and Heller.
And here's just a replay of Heller just fighting forward and just showing how this Pirates offense is completely two-sided. Whether it's a Chan running at Biscotti or Heller, as Heller rolls out here, hits Classy. There is a flag in the secondary. Otherwise, it will be a 1st down.
Yeah, hits Grizzard there on the outside on that rollout from Heller. That's going to be a flag there. You can see who comes back.
As by Heller's reaction, he wasn't too happy. It'll be ineligible man downfield on the Pirates. A 5-yard penalty, pushing them back as Heller rolling out just for the offensive line a little too much to go downfield blocking as if he was running.
Yeah, Heller there. That might be a drive killer here with 2nd down.
As it'll be 2nd down and 9 here from the 28. As Heller here in the shotgun getting his play. Biscotti lined up behind him. Laniker to the top of the screen. Could be a matchup to watch. 1-on-1, no safety over there. As he can maybe change it with his speed. As Heller takes the snap. Rolls back as he hits Gampero. As Gampero able to move forward for a couple to bring up 3rd down and long for the Pirates.
Yeah, Gampero just can't find the open space and opportunity there to push forward on that play.
As the Pirates will come up here, 3rd down and 9, as Gampero was not able to pick up anything on that play. 2:11 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Here's a replay of just the play to Gampero and just the Generals defense converging on him and making that tackle.
Flag on the play.
As the Pirates will be coming out of the huddle here, looking to convert on this big 3rd down.
Yeah, Pirates coming out here. It's going to be Heller here. 2nd and 20.
As it'll be Heller in the shotgun with 2 backs. Achan rolls out as he hits Achan. Achan makes 1 miss, tackled by 2 others, as it'll be 4th down.
Achan trying to find his blocker there, but Scardy just can't find it. Gets wrapped up, tackled by the Generals. You're going to look 3rd down and 13 here for the Pirates here.
As the Pirates here, 3rd and 13. They've been really using their screen passes. They've only gone field a couple times, once at the beginning of this drive. It'll be interesting to see what they do here on this long 3rd down, as it'll be Heller in the shotgun, bringing Classy back into the game with Gampero and Grizzard at the top of the screen and Lanica at the bottom of the screen. As Heller with time rolls out to the left. Heller running as he will stay in bounds just enough, as it will be close to a 1st down and 4th and short.
Yeah, great job there by Heller. If you've seen all game, he has used his legs. You're going to see in that replay there, Heller just rolls out of the pocket and just goes all the way down the sideline for 4th and 3 here for the Pirates. You're going to keep that offense in the field if I'm the Pirates there.
As the Pirates here today are 1 for 3 on 3rd down conversions, with that one being the 30-yard touchdown to Grizzard. So it'll be interesting what they do here, as Grizzard is out on the field. Again, one-on-one. Let's see if Heller goes to use him, as Heller looking for the hard count here, talking it over with his coach. What will they will do, as Heller takes the snap, rolls out to the right. Heller to Grizzard for the conversion, as Grizzard with 2 4th down conversions today, 2 big catches, gives the Pirates a big push there, keeping them with the ball.
Seeing that same play they ran before that got the intentional grounding, illegal man downfield on. That's going to be caught by Grizzard for the 1st down.
1st down and 10 here from the 14. 55 seconds to go, and here's a replay of just Heller rolling out and finding an open Grizzard in a soft spot of the defense. And there's Heller going, making a couple men miss, as Heller will keep pushing forward and closer to the goal line, down to about the 4, as it'll be 38 seconds here, as Owen Heller here today. He's shown off with his arm and also his legs, as it's a handoff here. Heller actually takes it himself, but there is a flag. Otherwise, it'll result in a Pirates touchdown.
Yeah, huge touchdown there by Owen Heller. Going to see that flag on the play, though.
As the ref will make his decision. Pirates looks like they're pulling the offense off of the field because they think it's a touchdown. And it looks like it will stand, as it'll be a touchdown Owen, as the flag will be on the defense. So a touchdown Pirates. Owen Heller throwing one, passing one, throwing one and rushing for one, just showing off both sides of his game, as it'll be Bayer out here kicking the extra point to make it a 2-score game.
Yeah, Heller with a huge touchdown there for the Pirates, bringing this game to 13-0.
As Bayer out here for the kick, looking to put the Pirates up 14, and the kick by Bayer is up, and it is good. As Bayer has just made his extra point this season. He is 30 of 31 on extra points, missing only one week 1. As the Pirates right now are pretty happy with how they've played so far, up 14. And here's just a replay of Heller and Biscotti just fooling everyone and just freezing that defense. Just Heller finding space up the middle and just bulldozing through, making his way to the end zone. 14 Pirates, Generals, nothing.
You've seen that multiple times on that drive. Heller just using his big body just to go past defenders and work his way into past defenders on the Generals side.
As there will be 31 seconds to go. Pirates bringing the kicking team out for the kickoff. Generals looking to spark something, maybe with the return here to put him in a good position to score in that early in the fourth quarter. As Bayer out there to kick with Mateo for the Generals back to return.
30 seconds left here. The Generals trying to find that deep pass there to maybe Mateo on the outside.
Back to the 20-yard line. 25-yard line.
As
That's where Bayer will be kicking
there
off.
was a flag, so Bayer will be kicking from the 25-yard line as Bayer lining up the kick, and the kick by Bayer will be squibbed as it'll be recovered by the Generals as they're starting already from the still pushing from about midfield. 22 seconds left.
Right past midfield here for the Generals. See if they maybe get something going late in this third quarter here.
As the Pirates tried to get something going with that squib, trying to steal the ball back and put him in a good position to go up 3 scores. As the Generals in the huddle now, getting ready to start a big drive that could be game-changing. As the Generals break the huddle.
Ball is marked at the 48 of Mepham, and that is where the Generals will get going.
Palma under center, pitches it out to Cedar, and Cedar picks up a couple as there's now 10 seconds left. Neither team showing much urgency late in this third quarter, as here's a replay of just Cedar trying to find space outside, Biscardi able to pick up the tackle. End of 3 quarters, Pirates 14, Generals 0. Very strong so far by the Pirates.
Sending it down to Mel Arcos.
Quarter. Pirates are up 14-0. They're playing absolutely amazing. They are really putting a lot of effort into this first part of the second half, but they're really going to make sure they have to keep this up, keep energy high, effort high, to make sure that they really get to be able to continue through this playoff push. That's all for me. I'm Melanie Arcos, and back to you guys in the booth.
And we are back for the fourth quarter of the first round of the playoff game for Mepham and Macarthur. Mepham right now has a 14-0 lead going into the fourth. They look great out there right now. Their defense has been dominant, and they finally turned their offense around, has been pushing down the field ever since.
Yeah, and this looks like just a recreation of the week 1 game. You know, Mepham, both teams got off to a slow start, 0-0. Mepham goes up 7-0 in the first half. They pulls it away to being up by 2 scores in the second half is what they're at right now. And the final score of that game was 20-0. We're at 14-0 going into the fourth quarter. Not too far off. We'll see if the Macarthur Generals has something to say about it, though.
I hope the Macarthur Generals trying to bring momentum back into this. Maybe getting a good score here will bring the game back as Palma snaps the ball to Cedar. Cedar's going to look down the field, but he's going to take it along the left sideline. He's going to be knocked out by Jake Classy at around the 45-yard line.
Looks like he's going to pick up 2 there, or 2 or 3 there, pushing it to being a 3rd and 7 now. So we'll see what the Generals draw up here to try and get the first down. As you saw in the last quarter, they drew up 2 different trick plays to try and push it up field and get a first down, but they were unable to convert on both of those.
Yeah, Jake, that offensive playbook for the Generals has been nothing but deep. They have so many tricks up their sleeves, but to get the ball downfield is what they need right now, consistent offense. As Palma lines back up in the backfield, with 2 running backs on each side. Looks like he's trying to audible around. Finally gets the center to realize. Palma in the backfield now. Looking down the field to the left sideline. He's going to toss it up, and it's not going to be brought down. Great defense by Shockey Davidoff. Almost being able to bring it down, but he's not going to be able to connect with it.
Yeah, that was Davidoff and Eric Rivera there on the pass breakup. Rivera almost gets interception there, but just bats it down, making it 4th and 7. With this a do-or-die moment for this Macarthur Generals team. We'll see where they go in the playbook now, as it's been wide open all game. and they're using every trick they have so they don't go home after this game.
Yeah, Palma there looking for Tim Patry, this junior wide receiver. He's also a defensive back, plays both sides. But Palma really trying to look down the field more, trying to get more passes, being able to get down the field faster than running the ball and wasting that clock.
Yeah, now like we said, 4th and 7. What will you draw up here? You have to convert here to really give yourself a great shot in this game. You don't get it, then you need a quick stop. And you know this Mepham Pirates team is just going to be trying to run the ball down your throat with time on their side. So Macarthur's really got to draw up a good play here. Try and find one of the wide receivers open in the middle of the field to create more open space to run and pick up more yards.
Yeah, Jake, this Generals offensive line really has to create a good gap here for Cedar if they're running the ball. But it looks like they might be passing it. It's a hard conversion to make.
Yeah, definitely. 4th and 7. Got to be open to pass. Look for...
As it looks like that there's a QB change, that Jacob Henschel is going to be the quarterback for this Generals possession here, as he lines up in the backfield with someone deep in, and it looks like they're going to be coming out the special teams.
Yeah, it looks like there's going to be a punt here.
Real fake one. It looks like they're trying to fake it. He's going to be looking down the field on the sideline. Everybody's on Mepham on him, and there's going to be a flag on the play.
As it looks like they might get Mepham here with a pass interference, converting to this Macarthur Generals. We'll see what the call is here. But if that's a pass interference, that is a massive turn for this Macarthur Generals team to help them lead this comeback.
Yeah, it was a trick play from Jacob Henschel, pitching it back to Vinicius, looking for Bernie Mateo down the field, and it looks like it's going to be holding on Mepham, which is going to give the Generals a first down, which is very huge for their offense.
Those are the yards that they needed right there. Give them a little momentum in this drive. You know, they were looking for, you know, like we said, the playbook is just wide open there. You haven't seen a fake punt from them all year, and that's when they pull it out. Do or die moment in a playoff game. And that's what you like to see from a coaching staff.
Yeah, looking back at the replay, it's almost like everybody in the Mepham backfield was just on that ball. But just getting that hold call is very devastating towards their offense. As now Palma is back in the game, he's going to be lined up with Cedar in the backfield in shotgun. It's a low snap, great pressure. As they're going to pass a short one to Cedar, he's going to be taken down by Matt Biscardi outside on the sideline at the 30-yard line.
As you saw there, a little slip screen. The bad snap makes it harder to get off for Palma there. That's why there were so many players in the backfield, because the linemen had already given up on blocking them and just going to the screen to block upfield in the linebackers and that secondary.
Palma getting a low snap there as seen in the replay, but just being able to throw over the lineman head. It's just past to Cedar, short, and he cuts to the left side, and he is taken down by the inside linebacker core by Mepham, getting a short 5-yard gain. As we come back up now, Palma is still with Cedar in the backfield, same as always, has been very consistent all game. Snap to Palma, looking down the field for a pass. Great pressure by the QB, it's deflected, and it is completed to the right side by Tim Patry.
And yeah, James Colty on the stop there from the Mepham Pirates, as there was great pressure once again on the Macarthur QB, Palma, and he just had to get it out of there. He actually had a wide receiver deep down the field open, but he had no time to get his feet set and release it down the field. He had to throw to that quick safety route there because of the fact that the Mepham pass rush was so dominant.
Yeah, Chase Palmer trying to look all the way down the field, but wasn't able to find time. Tim Patry for a loss of 4. Now it is 3rd and 9. Big conversion here for Macarthur as he lines back up in shotgun formation. It's another low snap, looks down the field, and it's deflected, and it is picked off by Tim Ignieri. The large defensive end comes up with it. We're trying to get a swat off it, but gets both hands and catches the ball.
That's just great to see from the big guy there. You saw the Mepham defense showing blitz. Macarthur goes to that screen play, but you can't throw a screen over Tim Ignieri's head. He's just too tall. And that, you know, comes back to bite them, trying to get it over the 6'7" kid, and he gets 2 hands on it and picks it off. And Mepham is in a great spot now if they want to win this game.
Looking back on Chase Palmer, trying to get a little pitch again to Cedar, right about 4 yards ahead of him, but Tim Ignieri jumps out of nowhere, the large 6'5" man. Just great defensive end in general, always putting good pressure on the QB, and now Mepham has a great offensive drive on their way, brings the momentum back, Generals really need to step up now on the defense and stop them from getting a first down. As we line back up now with Heller in the backfield with Biscardi, puts Classy in motion as he takes it up on the left side, gets by a defender, and he gets over another, and he's going to be all the way at the 30-yard line. A first down for Classy is going to push the ball all the way in almost field goal position for the Pirates.
As Mepham's utilized those little screen passes to their advantage today, whenever they need a play with positive yards, they turn to that type of play.
And as we look back now at Jay Classy, he gets a great ball past the first defender, leaving so much open field as the safety was so far back on the Generals. Classy was able to make a great play, boosted up the sideline, and now the Pirates are in a great position to get even just a single point on the board. As Heller snaps it back, takes it up the middle on the left side. That's going to be another first down. He gets by a bunch of defenders, and he's going to be taken out at around the 4-yard line. A great offensive play by the Pirates.
As you see Heller there, he gets past that first level of the D-line, and he just explodes with speed, coming steamrolling down there, right through the linebacking core, and just coming down and still fighting after and reaching the ball out to get as many yards as possible.
Heller putting his body on the line there, just putting as many defenders as he can, as that is going to be a flag on Mepham. That's looking like it's going to be a false start, which is going to make it 1st and goal, but 9 yards away from the end zone.
As it seems like every time this Mepham team has tried to go at that hurry-up offense and catch Macarthur off guard, they've made a mistake. And that's what's killing them. And that's the reason why there's only 14 points on the board in this game, because of the fact of the mistakes that they've made.
Yeah, these little mistakes for both sides of the ball is really crucial, as the Pirates are going to come back out now on offense, and it looks like Tim McNeary with the interception is going to line up at around a tight end position. Last week against Long Beach, he almost scored a touchdown off a little trick play. As Heller's with the backfield, Biscardi. It's going to be a handoff to Biscardi again on the left side of the field. He takes it up, and it's way too easy for Matt Biscardi as he puts another 6 on the board for the Mepham Pirates.
As you see there, Biscardi just can walk into the end zone there, as he had 2 touchdowns just like that last week on BMB's Game of the Week against Long Beach. And he was actually our BMB player of the game after those 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, Jake, Matt Biscardi taking it all the way on the left side. All great blocks by the defenders, but being that big, a big force by him, but having all that speed is such a good player for him. Having such a good build, being able to get that on the field so quick with all the awareness, being so elusive, Matt Biscardi is just a built-to-be football player.
Definitely.
As we look back at it, Biscardi being able to just get past everyone. The left sideline has been a weak side for Macarthur for the past few plays. Being able to use it has been crucial as Ryan Bear puts the ball through the uprights. That's going to be an extra point converted, and it is now 21-0. The Mepham Pirates with only 9 minutes remaining for the game. Jake, could this be the end of the general season here?
It could be. You know, if you're Macarthur's offense now, you have to be getting the ball out of your hands quick to the sidelines, getting out of bounds, saving as much time as possible, and you can't be on 4th down every drive like they have been this game. You need to be picking up first down on the first play of the drive, second play of the drive. You can't be having these long drives like they've had and coming up with nothing. 9 minutes left in the game, you're down by 3 scores. Pressure is on you to be quick and efficient. That's what they have to do if they want to come back into this game.
Yeah, the Generals are really going to have to boost it downfield now. Again, you know, they have such a good playbook. A bunch of trick plays on there on offense, but now you really have to push the ball down. I wouldn't be surprised if they had a bunch of 20-yard passes, some short and medium passes, just waiting to be a man wide open down the field in these crucial situations. As Mepham is now going to kick it back off to the Generals. 21-0 with 9 minutes left in the 4th quarter of the first round of the Nassau County playoffs. As there's going to be a whistle with a flag on the field.
We'll see what they get here on the play. Looks like it's going to be a false start on the kickoff. That's odd to see, but it does happen.
Very odd to see on a special teams kickoff, but of course, like Jake said, it does happen sometimes. Now Bear's going to be 5 yards back, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a problem for Bear since he's such a fantastic kicker. He's been efficient every year, only missing 1 all season. And the special teams for Mepham has really been a spark today. In the first quarter, they were able to get a blocked punt, including a blocked field goal, which prevented points from the board. But all this in general just brings momentum and energy to this Pirates team to spark them on offense and defense.
The best thing about those 2 blocks by the same player, Jaden Perez, blocking the field goal and the punt. Special teams player of the week, it seems to be.
As we kick it back off, as the Generals look to come back at it, as Mateo is going to let it go right by him, as he's going to pick it up between the 5-yard line. Now at the 10, gets tackled at about the 12. Great kick by Ryan Barry. Even though he was backed up by 5 yards, it was not a problem for him for getting the ball all the way downfield. A few little bounces gets past Bernie Mateo, and that's going to be putting the Macarthur Generals offense at the 12-yard line.
And at that point, for Mateo there, wouldn't you just want to let it go into the end zone and take your yards there? Not trying to pick it up and try and make the big play. You know, now you're down on your 12-yard line, and you got to go a full 88 yards and score a touchdown quickly, too.
Yeah, now we're going to have Chase Palmer coming back out on the field, trying to lead this Macarthur Generals offense like he has been all game, but he's going to have to go through a strong force of the Mepham defense, who has been dominant so far. They have been stopping them at every single aspect, the run, the pass, the QB keeps. Every single move has been going for the Pirates defense.
Yeah, Mepham's trying to add their 6th shutout of the season now, which would make them 6th renowned in the season in shutouts if they can get this shutout here. Not even close to over yet, though, so we'll see.
Yeah, the Mepham defense is now coming back out. Chase Palmer still in the backfield with a running back. Another low snap. He's going to throw it to the left side to Cedar, as he's going to get by one defender. Is going to be taken down for about a gain of 4. Great tackle there by James Quilty, pushing him out of bounds, preventing him from gaining any more yards.
You know, you see a lot of things. You know, offenses ran through the quarterback. I have to say this MacArthur offense ran through the running back. As you see on that play right there, Cedar goes down and picks up a few yards after brushing off the first guy. You know, they really love to feed this guy Cedar and run their offense through him.
Now, that was a great tackle there by James Quilty, not letting him get to the out-of-bounds line, laying the clock to keep and continue running as Palma gets pressure all from the backfield, gets out of it, throws to the right side, and that is going to be dropped by Dylan Trapee, his first target of the day, and it seems like, and he's just going to be dropping it. Bad mistake there by Dylan Trapee.
As unfortunately, it's been a tough day for Trippy, as he has to drop there, and he dropped an interception on the two Mepham drives ago, which would have been a big turning point for the Macarthur Generals team.
Great play by the defensive lineman of the Pirates there, always applying pressure from all edges, from the right and the left, even in the center, as the QB, Chase Palmer, really just has to get around at different parts, always being aware of every single person blitzing. As Chase Palmer lines back up in shotgun formation, looking to pass the ball again, drops the ball in the center, and he's going to pick it back up. It is almost picked up by the Mepham defense, but that's going to be a wasteful play for Macarthur, and it's now 4 and 5 on their own 17.
Yeah, that's a loss of 2 or 3 there. And it looks like MacArthur's going to come out and punt here, you know, relying on that defense. As you see on the snap there, low snap, Palma drops it and just has to fall on the ball. There was no chance of him coming back and making that play.
Yeah, it's a really bad spot here for the Generals, being down this much with only 8 minutes left of your season. It seems like they're going to have to punt it off. Maybe a trick play here, something they've been doing all game, but this Mepham special teams looks like they're going to be preventing it.
Definitely.
As the punt is up to Jake Classy on the left side. Gets down at around the 50 and is going to roll out of bounds at about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, so now Mepham's going to be on their 44-yard line here. And, you know, 7 minutes left. You can have a 7-minute drive. MacArthur's going to have to use their timeouts wisely and stuff the run, as that's what Mepham's probably going to be looking to do here. Run that clock out, run it down the Macarthur Generals' throats here, and see what they can do.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised here if the Pirates just give it to their running back core. They have such a strong one with Biscardi and Chan. Now, I just don't be surprised here if they just chew the clock more, using all downs that they have and using all the time that they can use. Mepham really looking to just end this game immediately, not giving any extra chances to MacArthur. They were a very strong team in the fourth quarter as they tried to prevent them from the first down. As MacArthur looks with their strong defense, they've been putting up points all game for their defensive side against Mepham. As there's a flag on the field, it seems like, on the special teams.
As it looks like Mepham's going to be moved back here. But, you know, the hardest thing about stopping this Mepham's offense is that they got the 2 running backs in Biscardi and a Chan. But then you have Heller, who can run it too. You know, there's nobody on this Pirates team in that backfield that isn't able to run the ball, and it's extremely difficult to stop this Pirates run offense.
not only is the running back core so great, but also having Owen Heller in the backfield. He's a great passer, but when it comes to being a two-way player, he's able to take that run up the field. He has almost 300 rushing yards a season from all 1,000 scrimmages as they hit it off to Biscardi on the left side. Gets by a defender, fights for an extra few yards, and that's going to be about a 4-yard gain for Biscardi. It's going to be about 3rd and 4.
As it looks like there might be a Mepham player hurt here.
Yeah, it looks like there's going to be a lineman down on the field here. As Mephem's going to have to wait for them to come off. But this is a good time for Macarthur to come regroup, talk with their coaches, and just in general get the defense back up and flowing. As we take a replay at this one, Biscardi taking it on the left side was able to get by an extra defender. And as he gets taken down, he fights for every single yard. Something so special about Biscardi is that he is so tough, and he has such great awareness with his speed where he's able to just bulldoze through anyone and fight for every single yard he has.
Yeah, always fighting for the extra yard there. Never not an important yard. And now we'll see what this Mepham Pirates offense is going to draw up here on 2nd and 6 as they're getting an injury sorted out.
Yeah, as we take a look back at all the Mepham plays so far, this has just been a great game by Mepham, turning things up in the second half, including, of course, their first touchdown in the first with the weakened defensive play by Macarthur. But everything, all of these catches and passes come from the touchdowns where it's the yards after the catch. They're making these plays after they catch the ball. It's always great by Owen Heller. But players like Matt Biscardi, even Owen Heller, Jay Classy, after they catch the ball, they're always looking to just push it extra more down the field. As they hand it off to Biscardi on the left side, he's going to get a ton of yards here, bulldozing through everyone like always. As he gets to the opposite 40-yard line, great position for Mepham with only 6 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Macarthur really has to make a play here.
As Macarthur just had to drag down Biscardi there. He's so big and so fast, it's impossible to win a one-on-one battle with him. They're just hanging on for dear life and hoping they bring him down, as you see on the replay here.
Yeah, as you see on the replay here, Matt Biscardi just gets past everyone. It takes about 3 men to take him down, but that's just something great about him. As we go back to the Mepham Pirates offense, they've just been fantastic all year. Everything's been going great for them, but it wouldn't be anything without their defense as well. Their defense has had about 5 shutouts this year, which is absolutely fantastic within 8 games. As we have Owen Heller back in shotgun with Lenny Achan. As he takes it along the right side, gains a bunch of yards. Great block on the right side by Grizzard. He's going to be taken out of bounds at about the 16-yard line, and that's going to be another first down for the Pirates.
As you see, this Macarthur defense looks tired and worn down, as it looks like Mepham's just doing whatever they want with them at this point in the game. You know, it's tough to see, but it looks like Mepham's running offense is going to be dominant for the rest of this game.
Yeah, now it looks like that they're just going to be chewing the clock by running this ball. Keeping the ball in bounds is a big part. Unfortunately, they weren't able to on this play by Lenny, but he was able to get so many yards as he was able to go along the sideline here. It took 3 Macarthur players to run after him, just get him down. This Mepham running back core is just fantastic for them, especially in this moment where you want to chew the clock as much as possible with gaining first downs.
Yep, and you said, like you said, Achan got tackled out of bounds there, so Mepham's going to try and push the ball up the middle of the field, stay in bounds, and run as much clock as possible.
Yeah, I bet you they try to avoid the outside now as they hand it to Achan. He's going to go on the left side, but he's going to try to cut back middle, and he's going to get taken down about a 1-yard gain for Achan.
And that's not the worst thing possible with the Mepham team only gaining 1 or 2. The clock is still running, and time is on your side in this situation. So Mepham probably isn't angry with how that turned out.
Yeah, Lenny Achan, great player, only a junior this year, but he was able to get a 1-yard gain on that. But the best part about it was he wasn't able to get out of bounds, which forces the clock to be chewed. As you now look at the Mepham Pirates offense here, they're waiting a while to set up for this play, it seems like, and that's just because they want to chew this clock, get the game over with, and just proceed to the next round of the playoffs and prevent the Generals from scoring anymore. As Heller lines up in the backfield with Achan again. Hands it off to the right side, up the middle. As he's going to get about a 3-yard gain there. Tackled by about 3 General defenders and their inside linebackers. Mepham continuing to push the ball on the run.
And like you said, if this Mepham team does make it to the next round, which is how it looks right now, but you never know. They will be playing at Hofstra next Friday night.
Yeah, it's always a game that most players look up to see playing on their lights on a Friday night in this big stadium. But from the looks of it, it looks like the Pirates are going to be able to pull this one off, complete the shutout maybe, which would be their 6th shutout of the year. And that doesn't come from the great defense of Mepham, but also with this offense putting up numbers every single game. As Hellard lines back up in shotgun now. HN being handed the ball again, elusive around the defender, and he scores for another 6, as it is now 27-0 with Lenny HN scoring again.
Such a fast and quick player. You know, doesn't have the biggest frame, but he is so quick, and he gets around the defense and is able to get into the end zone, right in that corner, right exactly where Biscardi scored that touchdown too.
Lenny HN's first touchdown of the game, but it's also another for the running back core.
And like you said, this defense has had, 6 shutouts in the year if they complete this one. But it doesn't matter even with the shutout. If your offense is putting up 28 points a game, it should be very hard to lose a game.
Yeah, Jake, I completely agree that not even just the defense, you're right, all the shutouts, but including all these points that the Pirates are putting up. It's over 20 almost every single game, as you see here. HN goes to the left side, and it's just everything that they want to see. Putting numbers on the board against their big rival, Macarthur, everything that they want, as Ryan Baer converts it to now 28-0 for the Mepham Pirates with only about 4 minutes left in the first round of playoffs. The Generals, unlucky to see us. Now, the Generals are definitely still going to play as hard as they can, but I wouldn't be surprised if Mepham just ends this year.
Yeah, MacArthur's got 3:56 left to go. They're going to need extremely quick touchdowns, and never see it. You barely see it in the NFL. You never see it in high school. Have to recover an onside kick if they even score. That's going to be the most difficult part. Not even just scoring, recovering the onside kick.
Not even just the onside kick part. It's that the Mepham Pirates have a fantastic special team, so I wouldn't be able if they just picked it up immediately. But for this the Macarthur Generals offense, they really just have to heave the ball down the field now. You have to get 4 touchdowns on the board. You got to get down the field 4 times. That's over about 300 yards in the span of 4 minutes. I don't know if this is going to happen for the Macarthur Generals, but they're definitely going to play until this buzzer reigns.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to happen, but they're definitely going to try their hardest and going to leave it all out there on the field, especially those seniors whose last game this could be.
As the Pirates kick it back off, 28-0 in the first round of the Conference 2 playoffs for Nassau County, as Bernie Mateo is going to get a strong run to about the 36-yard line, which is going to be a few extra yards for Charlie Palmer to come back and maybe lead this team down.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see what Chase Palmer can do if with this offense now getting good field position on the 35-yard line.
Bernie Mateo able to get that ball a bunch of extra yards for the Pirates, as Chase Palmer looks to come back out now, hopefully heaving down the ball down the field more. And excuse me, it's not Chase Palmer anymore. It is now Vinny Zukas, as he looks to play for Chase Palmer now as the QB position.
We'll see what Zukas can do with the Generals offense, trying to lead a comeback here with 3:47 to go.
As Zukas lines up under the center now with 2 running backs in the backfield. Hands it off up the middle of the field, and he is taken down for about a 5-yard gain, about the 40-yard line.
And you hate to see it, but it looks like this MacArthur team is just going to run the ball out here and, not try and complete the comeback here. It looks like they're just going to run the ball and accept defeat, unfortunately, as it looks like this is going to be the end of the MacArthur Generals season.
Yeah, it seems like that the MacArthur Generals realize that this is almost impossible to win this game here or even tie it up, where it looks like that they're just going to be running the ball now, chewing the clock, and maybe ending this game quickly.
Yeah, just keep the players from injury here. So,
of course, as they hand it back up the middle, and it looks like they're going to get no yard gain here, as it's still going to be 3 and 5 on the 40-yard line.
Yeah, it's now in this 3rd and 5 situation. We'll see if they try and pass the ball here, convert, or if they're just going to continue to hand the ball off and run this clock.
Yeah, Vinny Zooks coming back out now. The new QB for the Macarthur Generals, the 10th grader, maybe playing right now because this is maybe what he will be seeing next year. He might be starting. So I guess the Macarthur Generals coaching staff really wants to see what he can do right now. As it is a pitch to the left side. He's going to be taken down hard with no yard of gain again, as it is going to be about 4 and 4.
And you love to see it there. After Brian Sue makes the tackle for the Mepham Pirates, he helps up the running back that he tackles. You know, sportsmanship's a key thing that you want to see in these games. Not who wins, not who loses. Good sportsmanship all the way around.
Especially when it's such a big blowout right now for the Pirates. Macarthur is still putting their heads up. They're not going to just end this game now. And so is the Pirates. They're not going to just be idiots and just jerking around.
Macarthur quarterback's under center now. Hands the ball off. Running back gets a good jolt of yardage there, and it looks like he's going to pick up the first down.
And that's going to be a first down for the Macarthur Generals. A good first down conversion there by Mario Ferrazzulo, the junior running back, who's been just a strong kid bursting through everyone on that team.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see what the coach calls up here in order to continue to pick up more first downs with a minute 23 left to go in this Conference 2 first-round playoff game between Macarthur Generals and Mepham Pirates. Quarterback's under center. Running back's in the backfield. Looks like that's Bush in the backfield. Hands it off to Bush. Bush goes through the middle. Finds a little yards there. Looks like he's going to pick up 6 or 7, but a rally tackle by the Mepham Pirates to bring him down to keep it from a big play.
Yeah, it's now going to be around 6 and 3, and Bush there just getting a few extra yards on every single play. As it looks like there's about a minute left now, and I guess Mepham's really accepting victory here. They're probably very pumped up, and they're now just not even looking at this game. They're looking at their next game in the second round at Hofstra.
Getting prepared to face off against either Glen Cove or Baldwin in the second round at Hofstra, as that game's also going on today.
Yeah, another game that's very huge around the conference is Baldwin and Glen Cove. The winner of that's going to be playing Mepham at Hofstra on next Friday. And just a weird coincidence is that you're looking at a 2nd seed Glen Cove against a 7th seed Baldwin. Now, you would expect Glen Cove to win, but the weird thing is that Mepham never played Glen Cove this year, so they're going into this year very randomized about it. They don't know much going on. As we take a look back at that replay, Macarthur looks like that they're still just pushing every single rushing yard they get. But that's going to be the end of the game. 28-0. The Pirates win against the Generals. They repeat what they did 2 years ago in the first round of playoffs. It is now the second round that they have to worry about. The Generals go home with a shutout, and that's going to be the Mepham's 6th shutout of the year.
And like I said earlier, you will see them next Friday night at Hofstra facing off in the conference semifinals. And either against Glen Cove or Baldwin, they'll wait to see who they're playing and get their game plan prepared to face off against one of those two teams.
Forever two great matchups in general. It's always going to be a great game. Mepham's always going to go to it very prepared and very determined to win, as they really think that this could be this year, as this was just a great dominant win for Mepham. They've been a buzzsaw all season as they continue to be into the second round of playoffs where they're going to be playing at Hofstra. Hopefully they can continue. Hopefully Coach Mazzico still brings up his great ideas, maybe adapting from this game, letting those trick plays go by. So, Jake, what do you expect from the next round of playoffs?
For the next round of playoffs, I expect this Mepham team to come out, on offense, in the first half a little stronger. Ended up with 28 points a game. They played a great offensive game in the second half, but seeing a little more points in the first half for this Mepham offense.
Yeah, Mepham was only able to get 7 during the first half, so maybe focusing on that hot start could be their success, but still preventing the other team from scoring is still strong as they continue to get a dominant win on defense.
Of course, to see, you're always going to see this Mepham defense perform. You know something will be wrong if this defense isn't performing.
Yeah, Mepham has been great all around, but as you look at it, there's only one player that could be a player of the game. And the player of the game is definitely Owen Heller, as we now have Mel Arcos with interviewing Owen Heller on the sideline.
This game, Pirates ended up winning. What was the final score?
28-0.
28-0 here. How does it feel to win your first playoff game Friday night, Friday during the school day? All the schools here. How does it feel to get that first playoff win?
It feels great. It's just another step in the right direction for us. Our goal this year has always been make it to the Nassau County Championship, and this is just one team in the way of our goal. So it feels great.
That's great. So what is the most important thing you think you need to focus on for the next round in playoffs?
I think we need to focus on getting to a hot start, like right away. We let them stay in the game for a little too long. I think we got to jump on teams early, and it'll just take us to the win.
All right, thank you so much. Congratulations on the win. Good luck in the next round of playoffs. That's all from me. I'm Melanie Arcos. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Mel.
Thanks, Mel.
Thank you. We had a great game here today. Mepham catching the win 28-0, adding another shutout on the season. Great way to start off our playoffs. Wouldn't you agree, Jacob?
I think it's the best way to start the playoffs. And genuinely, the crowd was extremely hype. Honestly, it was just a great game to watch.
Hopefully, Mepham can keep up this momentum to win future games in the postseason. But that's all for us. We hope you guys tune in to future broadcasts. And I'm Luke Yepes.
And I'm Jacob Sardoui.
And we'll see you guys next time.